On this week's episode, we watched Taboo Tattoo.
Tattoo, like the two Russian girls who were kissing in their music video. That was pretty taboo.
You know what else is taboo?
What?
Banging your sister.
God damn it. All right, guys, welcome back to episode 3 of the Daijou crew. We're here to talk about the anime Taboo Tattoo, which I would say, like in a general consensus, was probably, from what people say online, the worst anime of last season. What do you guys think?
As a non-anime watcher, I wouldn't doubt it.
Without seeing all of the anime last season, I would say that I wouldn't blame them.
All right, and for those of you guys who are just joining us for the first time, we are the Daijou crew. This is a bad anime podcast. I'm pretty sure that you guys have listened to a ton of bad movie podcasts, or possibly that. But what we do here at the Daijou crew is review bad anime. And that's basically an opinionated answer of what is bad.
Taboo Tattoo.
Big order.
Yeah, and
Active
raid so far. I'm your host. I'm Sigurd, aka Sylph, if you've seen me on That's a +1 stream for gaming. With me are my two boon companions. I got on the right of me, from what you guys don't know, but we have
Julian.
And Julian, why don't you introduce yourself?
What more is there to say? If people don't know who I am by now, I'm nobody.
He's kind of right. We're 3 episodes in now.
No, I'm not right. Don't enable me.
There's always people that jump into a podcast and don't want to listen to the first
Yeah, I
2
haven't
episodes.
listened like the first 120 episodes of a certain podcast that we both listen to.
Yeah, so because of that, Julian, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Well, I'm 6 foot. I like long watches on the beach.
Don't we live?
Yeah, we don't have a
We're in the
beach
middle of the
as you
valley.
like.
There's no
Doesn't
beach.
mean I don't like it.
When was the last time you went to the beach?
When's the last time you stopped being so stupid?
Anyways,
Never.
all right, guys.
What's your name, asshole?
I'm Wa.
And why don't you introduce yourself
Oh,
a
look, the
little bit?
tables are turned.
You can't just turn the table this quick on me.
I can't.
I thought we were still backing on
Oh, there was
Julian.
not enough time to prepare?
No.
All right.
Too
well,
busy launching your anti-Julian assault?
Okay,
Yes.
well, you know what? I'll introduce you guys for you, and you guys can do better next week. But
We did it the last 2 weeks.
The only thing I do, Sigurd, is
Well,
my
actually, wait,
best.
next week.
all right, so
We've been pretty inconsistent with our podcasts.
They don't know that.
yeah, no one needed
As
to know.
far as they know, these happen 1 or 2 weeks in between each other.
Yeah, we're an every other week podcast so far. So, Julian,
I haven't had 3 kids since the start of this. No.
Julian, sometimes, not lately because the internet hasn't been too great over at his place, but sometimes streams on Twitch.
Last time I streamed was like 13 months ago.
13
dog.
months ago? Well,
So
people are
let's
waiting
not-
for your
let's
return.
Let's not say that I'm a streamer.
All right. What are your anime tastes, at least?
Oh, I like nothing. Anime is trash.
But you love Kill la Kill.
Anime is trash, and I stand by that.
All right.
But
What's your
Kaiser
opinion on
Nova.
Grand Login?
Anime is trash.
Wow, you should have seen how hard he was repping Gurren Lagann for a really long time.
It's so good. It's the best. Well, no, not only that. Like prior to this car ride, it was
was in the
nonstop.
car
He
talking
made
about
me
how good
he
Gurren
made
Lagann
me he
is.
made me watch like a 1-part 5-minute video review of Grand Login, and the part 2 was a 45-minute review of Grand Login again.
Holy cow. All right, so
Gurren
yeah.
Lagann is the best thing I've ever experienced in life.
Are you just a Trigger fanboy?
Gurren Lagann was Gainax.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Get your
So,
shit straight
well,
before you
Trigger
come
didn't-
at me like that.
Excuse me, I just
If
asked
you
you
wanna-
a
If you want to
basic
catch these hands, you
question.
better have hands to catch them with.
So for someone who says anime is trash, he knows his anime a little bit.
Not really.
And
Okay,
Wa,
I
on the
think
other
to be
side,
more correct, he knows good anime.
all right, on the
Oh,
other
yes,
side,
that is my forte.
On the other side, I have Wa over here. Wa watches almost, I think, the most anime out of the three of
Waz
us.
is super casual.
Yeah, but he browses everything on Crunchyroll from what I've seen.
He'll watch Fate Stay Night, no problem.
Well, you're treading pretty hard. A lot of people like Face Day Night apparently.
Idiots.
Not even apparently. I love Saber. How dare you?
Fate is.
Oh
she
God,
was
we are
manageable.
Okay, we're
Oh.
not getting into this.
Speaking about Face Day Night, the main villain of this is two character combined.
Oh, that's right.
The princess is basically Ren
princess is
and Archer
Archer
combined.
Ren.
Oh God, don't. Okay, well, let's just get into it.
We might as well. We
First off, we've introduced ourselves.
Did we?
Anyone have any updates about themselves since the last time
Oh, like
we
my
podcast?
week?
Yeah.
I've played more Final Fantasy 14.
How's the new content?
It's great, like always. I'm not sure what is new, but I'm doing it.
new relic weapon, I guess.
The new classes aren't out yet, though, right?
They
No,
are.
that's
Samurai
not
and
until like
Blue Mage?
summer.
Stormblood doesn't release till like summer of like 2017.
All right,
Next patch is coming up in like January or something.
what are?
Is this one of those dating techniques you were talking about?
Yes, exactly.
And not of the opposite
Sordesne.
sex.
But then this is also misleading because this was announced a while ago, so it's not like we did this on the announcement date, but we did.
I'm pretty sure last time we had our podcast, we talked a little bit about the updates. That's why.
Maybe.
But have you defeated all the content so far?
No,
Are
I
you
have
caught
not.
up?
defeated all the
In fact, I've left one of my raid groups because of conflict in time, and I'm very sad about it. But I have another group that I'm currently running with.
Are you still with the same guild?
Yes, of course.
Who are they?
I can't say that word out loud.
Okay. Voldemort.
It's
No,
it's taboo.
like persimmons.
Sigurd.
Oh, it's
It's not
taboo.
taboo. I just can't say it.
All right.
I'm not gonna try and look stupid on camera.
That could be our weeb word of the day.
Taboo.
Sure, why not?
Taboo. Taboo doo doo. But all right.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's good. How about you, Wa?
Sort of the same. Going to Final Fantasy, not as hard as Julian over here. I've been trying to get into Watchdog because 2 is coming out soon.
Yeah.
Well, okay, to be more exact, 2 is coming out soon on PC. It seemed like it's out on the console already, but
How
boy.
sad are you that they patched out the genitalia?
I never knew about
Never
that.
got to that part.
You should have seen his sly little smile.
Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? I never heard anything about that, and I'm kind of glad that I guess they did. I don't know.
You'll hear about it eventually. Trust
Oh
me.
yeah, you're very slow going in the Watchdog community then.
Yeah, I think I've been waiting for Watchdog 1 to get on sale, and I was debating whether to get into Watchdog 2 or not, but
wasn't
I
on
pulled
sale?
the trigger.
It wasn't on sale recently.
One is like you can get it for like $9 on Steam.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, when a game hasn't been out that long and it's only $9, you might want to rethink your purchases.
Yeah, it's like Battleborn for me. When I bought 2 copies of that game. And...
Guess who else bought Battleborn?
Well, I
Wait, you did what?
yeah, I got it on the Humble Bundle deal. I paid $15 for it, and I got a bunch of. I wanted the other game, and then I think for whatever reason the if you bought the better than the average one, it gave you like Battleborn skins. And I'm like, well, I have these skins, I might as well get Battleborn.
Oh no!
Well, I'm the kind of guy who goes to McDonald's and orders a sausage egg McMuffin, and they're like, "If you give us 12 more cents, we'll give you another one." It's like, sure.
It was
I mean,
12 more cents.
That's a pretty good technique, Julian. For 50 more cents, you can have an extra large popcorn as opposed to the regular popcorn. I take that deal every time.
Or I can just smuggle my hot dogs.
That's true. What's the biggest thing you've smuggled into a movie theater?
There was tempura, a Chipotle burrito.
Oh yeah, I was
Sushi
there
plate.
for that.
Oh, sushi plate? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Whatever I want to bring. All right. The possibilities are infinite.
They don't search you. They don't pat you down.
Yeah. All right.
I'd like
So,
to see them try.
We're not a police state yet.
They too can catch these hands.
all right. So, moving on to what we actually do on this podcast.
Hey, Sigurd, how was your week?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm just used to just moving us along. Things have been good. I've moved from my original city. I'm in the Bay Area now, so Bay
Oh.
Life, TSM, all that goodness. Things have been pretty expensive out here. Pay raise at the new job has been great. I found out that my old job has shut down the department that I used to be a part of, and a lot of other people left that were kind of vital to their operations, so I think I got out at a good time. My interns from Canada, our neighbors up north, are now back home. They just got back home this week, and everything's been going pretty swell over here.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't been playing League of Legends, even though I'm kind of sad about that. I did miss TSM at MSI when they were like 30 minutes away from me, which kind of sucked. But
When you say MSI, you mean IEM Oakland?
I mean, I am Oakland. Yeah. That sucked. I only heard bad news from it. So, I will say what Bjergsen said about people criticizing or taking that as a serious view into how well TSM will do during the split is a sad disappointment, because they aren't solidified with their roster. They just picked up Wild Turtle for that tournament, and I think they have plenty of time to gel with their new AD carry. Though I do hope it is Wild Turtle, because I love that guy.
Despite the fact this isn't a league podcast, didn't Unicorns of Love only have like 2 members that were originally on the roster, and they just picked up 3 new ones? This was their first international event.
No, I thought that they had Move, who was their Korean
I don't know.
jungler. Okay, well,
I don't know.
I heard that it's been their full roster.
I heard it's going to be their full roster, but they have not been together for long.
Yeah, but they were on off season and could actually like practice before they went to IEM Oakland. Also, TSM wasn't planning on doing IEM Oakland originally. They wanted to bail like CLG and everyone else and actually take the off season as an off season. So.
Until IEM was all like, "Yo, can you please come? Everyone's refunding their tickets."
We need someone. Yeah. So, who knows? Overwatch is a thing amongst my Bay Area friends pretty hard, especially with the Overwatch League coming soon. I do want to take that a little bit more seriously, but I don't think I'm quite good enough yet. So
I debated about getting into Overwatch or not. Like,
It's only $35.99 or $34.99 right now for the
$34.99. That's almost like $35.
It is.
It's a lot cheaper than the $60 that it was at.
No, that's for the Origins edition. The base game is at $39.99.
Wait, what's the difference between Origin and
You get 5 skins, some digital content, and stuff.
yeah, I bought the game when it was
Why am I
$60.
selling Overwatch? I don't play Overwatch. I don't care about Overwatch.
We're not sponsored by Blizzard or
We're
IEM
not sponsored.
or TSM
We're
or
not
any of
sponsored
these
at all. We're just 3 dudes talking.
All right, so but yeah, you were thinking of getting into Overwatch?
I don't know. I always hear good things. It looked like a pretty good.
It's
for,
fun.
FPS. Like,
yeah, it's fun. I mean,
I'm
it's
always
something
down
casual.
to try different FPS to see how they play.
Cool.
Okay, so
All right,
what else did we do that all 3 of us did?
nothing.
What?
It wasn't recent, but we did watch Shin Godzilla.
Nope, that's not what I'm talking about at all.
But we
watched
did watch
something.
Shin Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla was the shit. I was absolutely terrified that entire movie. That was scary as shit. Oh god.
I think only the beginning Godzilla was the terrifying. That
you
derpy
kidding
little
me?
worm thing was terrifying to me.
Yeah,
the
it was
Google
terrifying,
eyes.
but the fucking Inferno, dude.
Okay, yeah,
The
that was pretty
atomic
The
breath
Inferno?
was
The fucking
so well done.
lasers, the homing lasers.
Do you think the King Kong cinema is going to maybe try to do something kaiju-esque with Shin Godzilla?
No.
You don't think there'll be a...
One, Hideaki Anno is done with Godzilla. He said, "Fuck you, dudes, I'm out."
Oh, damn.
It was a terrible experience for him. The end.
The end. All right.
I guess that was my only bullet point.
I am pretty excited about that King Kong movie, though.
The Escape from Skull Island or something like that. Or
it looks
you, Wa?
pretty good.
I never saw the first King Kong movie. I think the Peter Jackson was it. That one was like 3 hours long or something, right?
I don't know.
Are
it's
you
way in
excited for the
past
new
me.
movie?
I know nothing of King Kong other than he's a giant gorilla.
Well, looks like Sicker's the only one in the room who cares about it. So let's
All
talk
right.
about Taboo Tattoo.
All right. So we're going to move on to the next part of our podcast where we give a brief summary of what we just watched in another segment in which we call...
What
happened?
Exactly. So I'll tell you guys what happened.
God, what did happen?
It's a little bit of a roller coaster ride, and I'm gonna just let you guys know right now. I know that our summaries have been pretty long-winded, only because we're trying to review about 8 hours of content, and it's hard.
Way to overshoot it.
Well, I'd rather be over than under. So, we're going to try to make these a little bit shorter as we get into a better format for how we're actually going to do this. So,
I always wonder if our discussion would make them avoid it, or actually like it can't be that bad and make them watch it by accident.
Hey, that's your guys' decision if you're going to watch it or not.
Please let us know.
Yeah. So, all right, Taboo Tattoo starts with our mysterious battle between some white-haired girl fighting some shadow people. They get blasted with magic-y bits, and we don't know what's going on. Flash forward, we see a middle schooler taking on some thugs who are beating up on a homeless man.
To be honest, we don't see them getting beat up. Or we don't see him getting beat up. We see this middle schooler just picking a fight with two dudes.
He picked a fight with two dudes, and you see a homeless man bruised up. You can only assume at this point.
It was popular on
just assume
YouTube at a
he's
point
homeless,
to
right?
like fight homeless people. Maybe they saw that, thought they would do it, and this middle schooler is just like, you know what? Enough of this. And he stops them, beats them up, and when he goes to check on the homeless man's like, hey, let me give you a little reward, and fishes in his pocket, pulls out a rock.
A crystal, more like it.
The crystal tells him to take hold of it, and afterwards, lo and behold, our protagonist, whose name is Segi, gets a tattoo on his hand.
Palm of his hand, I
Do
guess.
not trust things from homeless people. Just don't.
I mean, usually the exchange is you give them stuff, right? Like,
Yeah, what do they have to give you?
Normally,
A
it's
bunch of
better just to
trouble.
give them a pair of socks.
I
'cause
don't
that's
hate homeless
pretty
people.
hard to
Don't-
come by for them.
I will say that the one time I interacted with a homeless man who gave me something, I asked him if he needed some help, and he laughed at me and told me, yeah, here, you can help me take this, and it was a brown bag. I took it, and inside was it was a Mountain Dew bottle with alcohol in it, so I threw it away for him. So, yeah. Anyways,
Oof.
enough about me. Let's
That
go.
went in a better direction than I
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of Sigurd, let's talk about Segi. Next morning, Segi gets awoken by his neighborhood childhood friend. Her name is Toka, and they're late for school. And they do use the "I'm late for school, grab a toast" thing. I believe.
I
yeah,
feel like
I remember.
That was a
I remember. I saw that.
thing. Very tropey.
It's, yeah, you can't have an anime without that.
And so while they're
you
running
can.
there, Segi bumps into the same silver-haired girl that we saw at the very beginning of the anime, and she notices that he has a tattoo on his hand, which piques her interest. Moving far more forward, a bunch of stuff happens, and eventually that silver-haired girl ends up in some kind of like stalking mode for Segi because of that tattoo. Again, we have no idea what these things do, but she does. And she tries to recruit him. Is that when that happens?
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
she ended up stealing his phone, which would chase her to like an abandoned building, and then they have the little fight scene.
Well, yeah, because she was trying to provoke him.
Yeah,
Right.
But it wasn't initially, hey, I'm trying to recruit you. It was just like, hey, I'm provoking you. Let's see what you got, and then
All right, yeah. So
Yeah.
Segi, he happens to be like a judo prodigy because his grandpa does that stuff or something like that, and he's been training most of his life, and he holds up somewhat okay against this silver-haired girl, until she cheats and breaks some chalk in her hand and just fucks him up.
She slaps on her slappers and just burns
Just
out.
gives him the clap, and well, doesn't give him the clap, but she claps him.
I think
And-
it's not really cheating. It's more like she got serious. I wouldn't say she cheated because he used her power. She just used her powers.
It's a middle school boy. Like, what? Oh, I'm gonna use my superpowers on you because I'm a girl getting
didn't
hit.
know.
Like,
I didn't know Triple H pulling out guns was not cheating.
yeah,
My
what
bad.
the heck?
I'll take back my stance on him.
All right, so she activates her powers, and she's like using air and messing him up, kind of like the use of air that we saw in Big Order. Like, she's like making things explode.
Yeah,
and
she
pockets
just.
and-
I think it says
air
like she
cushion.
can control air density. Like she can make it heavier or explode or something or implode or something like
Either
that.
way, she messes him up
Yeah.
with it.
She
And
doesn't even use that initially. She just beats his ass.
yeah,
That was a very graphic fight scene with the worst bone crunching sounds I've ever heard in my life.
yeah, it was pretty graphic. But yeah, from there, she reveals that he has a tattoo, and she's like, "I'm interested in you because of that tattoo. You weren't doing too bad, and
But you just didn't like triggered it.
yeah."
And he was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, and so we find out that these tattoos provide special powers to their users, and usually you have to activate it in some way. For the silver-haired girl, I'm just going to say her name. Her name is Izzy. We found out her real name later, but well, whatever. Her name is Bluesy Frucy.
Real talk.
Yeah.
When she came in as the transfer student
Uh-huh.
and she said, "My name is Bluesy Floozy."
I thought that was...
I thought it was
I
a
thought
fake
that was
name.
a fake ass name that she was just like, like, I'm not gonna be here, whatever.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
cares?
because like she was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm the new transfer student. I'm Bluesy Fruzy," and I'm like, "That's a weird."
That's a-
And it was just like, "But call me Izzy." I'm like, "All right, that's
a
weird,
normal
that's
name."
Well, because her character was kind of like, she wanted to be serious, but then she ended up being like a silly character just because like the way she stalked him was like pretty obvious that everyone in school was like, "Hey, what's up with that girl?" And I think when in the fight scene, she's like, "Oops, went too hard." So I thought it was just like her character having a fake name. No, that was her name, Bluesy Floozy.
Yeah, so Bluesy Frucy, and she says to go by Izzy. But anyways, Izzy says, let me train you, and you can join us. And he's reluctant at first, and he ends up like hanging out with her after she stalks him all day. She becomes a transfer student, like Wah said, and then stalks him, and everyone's wondering what's going on. Suddenly, a hitman of some sort, he's obviously not Japanese, attacks them, and he turns out to have a tattoo as well. And he states that his purpose for attacking them is that he's trying to collect these tattoos to bring back to his boss so that they can be a bunch of tatted up people and be super powerful.
Like the Yakuza.
Yeah, like the Yakuza.
Unfortunately, the Yakuza have cooler tattoos than what these guys get.
Yeah. And so, like, I think Izzy just watched, right? Because
Yeah,
was like,
she was like, "Hey, what can this kid do?"
yeah.
When he was like close to like getting his shit pushed in, she was like, "All right, maybe I should do something." Then he,
Oh shit, we're talking about two different fights than what I thought about.
Are we?
Oops.
no, it's the same fight.
no, it's
No, I was thinking of someone else. I was thinking the other fight.
Yeah, you're white. You're right.
I am not white.
Okay. my
Name like Wah? How could you not be?
Anyways, so
Spelled HOA.
he
You're just giving out all of my personal information, aren't you?
he has glasses.
You can find him at Wassum.
No.
Anyways, he activates his tattoo when he starts getting like really messed up, and his power seems to be the power of what they call the void.
Or Void Maker. It can void out stuff.
Yeah. And basically it just erases things from existence and also gives them regenerative abilities for some reason.
So that's the thing about void power. It gets super vague where like I can void my injury so it didn't happen, or I can just void this so it doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Like
It's
it's
broken.
vague, and that's what make it really broken and special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the power of brokenness.
It's the triggerless tattoo.
It's
what they-
it's what make your main character a Mary Sue. It's like he's
A
just
Gary
special.
Stu?
Mary Sue.
He's a boy.
Gary Stu.
So he's a Gary
Gary
Stu.
Stu. Gary Stu.
All right. So what Julian tossed in there, everyone starts getting excited because Segi has the quote unquote triggerless tattoo. From there, he starts understanding that the world is dangerous. Bluesy brings in her homie Tom. That's like
Her homie?
yeah,
Our homie.
okay, everyone's homie Tom,
Tom Shredfield was his name.
because they represent the United States of America. And they're trying to collect tattoos and bring back to the United States because they have special interests in it. However, Segi's not like so down. From there, we get a little cutesy jealousy from Toka. Toka has been Segi's childhood friend for like ever, and she's wondering why Segi's hanging out with Izzy so much. And then we learn of the antagonists of the series. These people come from the country of Selenistan?
Yes, that is
The
correct.
kingdom of Selenistan.
The kingdom of Selenistan. And just as the United States is interested in these tattoos, so is Selenistan, headed by their Princess Ariana. They call her Aria because no one says her name like super long. It's a lame
You give her the respect that she deserved.
Ojo-sama.
You call her Rin Tosaka of the Archer class.
Of the Archer class, okay.
Who is also
Did I do that
envious.
And has the hair color of Isabel from Shadowverse, but
No, I would say her hair color is Archer, which kind of...
it's white and purple.
I guess it is purple. It's like a light purple, I guess. Silver purple is probably...
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are playing the Hearthstone-esque
No.
game Shadowverse, but there's a character with like her exact hair. Anyways, so
Nope.
they also want tattoos, and they are specifically interested in Segi's tattoo, because not just because it's broken, but apparently there's a few special tattoos that unlock the quote-unquote gate to something. I'll get to that a little later. To provoke Segi and the United States to fight them, they use their agents. Are the most commonly ones that we see are a little lolly girl whose name is Il, who has the power of Schrodinger's cat. Is
Well,
what they
no,
call
that's
it.
what her ability is called, Schrodinger's
Yeah.
cat. It's...
That's what the power is too.
called. Yeah.
yeah, well, basically, it's... She can be anywhere as long as someone acknowledges her present, which is...
She has more than just that, though.
Well,
We'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah.
And then we have R.R. Lurker, who I never really understood his power, but he's a sadist.
I feel like he should control whips. Like, anything that's whip-like,
It was
He-
something to do with metal.
He has the power to eat his own fingers.
That too.
it wasn't very clear at first.
Okay, but either way.
Did we mention that Segi trigger was?
No, because he's the triggerless tattoo.
Well,
So, anyways, yeah, they attack. Schrodinger's cat can possess people, so they possess Toka, Segi's classmate. And they do a double-sided attack in which they're attacking Izzy and Segi at the same time. Tom reveals that America has made like nullifying tattoos at that time to save Toka.
it's like I think they said it was like some sort of synthetic tattoo where
It's
There
like
were
like it's
copies.
like it's he can peel it off. Like he peeled it off. He's like, oh, it comes off, and it was like tattoo comes off. And it was like, no, not yours. Not yours. Fuck.
yeah, deal with it. It's right on her forehead too. There's like that's a hard tattoo to hide.
I don't understand how that happened. But go on.
They didn't really explain
Hey,
it well.
let's just keep on with the summary, so these poor people listening don't have to get it dragged out.
All right, and then from there, since they learn of the presence of Selenistan, they ask for backup. United States ends up getting attacked again by the people of Selenistan, where they take out a little base of people and kidnap one of the unique characters. Her name is Lisa, and she
Lisa
also,
Lovelock.
who also has a tattoo. She was hot, but she can make
Was
things
she?
explode. I mean, to me, she was. So,
Oh,
but she can make things explode. We travel into the Save Lisa arc, where we meet more American tattoo people. That being Colonel Sanders, yes, like the KFC chicken, and.
He really liked to shove things up people's ass, or he talked about shoving things
That
up
was
people's
my
asses.
favorite part of him.
Really, you like?
There's literally, he said, let's shove a hot dog on French bread up these guys' asses.
At one point, he was just like, "The president ass can't handle this nuclear code," and
Yeah,
it's
he
like, "All right, well,
I must have missed this.
They were trying to show how edgy the United States were, because another person in that attack was a guy who just loved saying the F word. He's like, oh, these fucking things are fucking.
Is this
Oh,
the anime
right.
where Izzy said "fucking head"?
Yeah, basically.
Good insult.
But in their Save the Izzy arc, they do save Izzy. save Lisa. But a lot of other people don't get saved. They lose a lot. Like anytime that they run in against Selenistan, the princess always usually comes out a little bit ahead of everyone else. In this fight, she wanted Segi to come because she's trying to take his tattoo because it's a key of some sort. And we also find the character who's pretty important. His name was BB, which BB.
What does BB stand for?
Bloodstone.
Blood Blackstone.
I tried close. So hard. But yeah, Blood Blackstone.
Blood Blackwell.
Who was apparently on Selenistan's team, but not so much.
What it was he was originally on the American side, but then decided to desert it and go to the kingdom of Selenistan, and he became independent.
Yeah, he ended up coming into his own.
He was a double, triple, quadruple agent.
He backstabbed everyone. The important thing about BB is that he has
a tattoo on his tongue.
A tattoo on his tongue and the same exact power as Segi. Anyway, yeah, and God, there's so much bullcrap in this anime, but because of this battle, Toka ends up getting eaten.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What battle?
The one where they're saving Lisa.
No.
Hey, spoilers, guys.
You miss another battle. The big one.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the one with
I'm trying to
get
get
his agent's reflector. Did you forget that one?
I'm just trying to get through this so quickly, but you're right. They save Lisa, and BB ends up talking with Segi a lot about how he's gonna hone his abilities to be able to fight just like him.
BB is a badass.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's one of the cooler character.
Yeah,
I forgot about him, but he's top 3 in the show, man.
Yeah, definitely. Ends up being Izzy's lover, as we find out as well. Was and that's when he left. So they get some information. I mean, Selenistan leaks some information, and this is when the United States says, "Yeah, we're gonna hit him really hard and get him here.
We're gonna hit him in the butt."
Yeah, that's what the Colonel Sanders wants. And so this is the battle in which I was talking about a little earlier. They go and attack, and they have everyone on their team going, and they get messed up royally mostly by Selenistan's secret agent. I'm not secret agent, but just someone that they hadn't fought yet, named Cal.
Yeah, she's the vice captain of their organization, which is like, she basically have agent reflectors.
Yeah, she uses reflectors to
It's much more.
mess
It's
people
cooler.
up. She can cut shit and block things with her
Do you
invisible
guys
walls.
remember Big Order? She was that guy.
Yeah, she could do anything with her power. A lot of people ended up being able to do anything with their power, is what I noticed in this series, at least. But anyways, in this battle, BB gets dragged out because people were losing, which is what the princess wanted, and she was happy because she could get both Segi and BB's power now, and that was part of her plan. And Toka came along as well because she wanted to be close to Segi, even though she was a useless character.
What are you talking about? She had giant bongos.
She was the honkers of this series.
Think about it now. I think the shirt she wore says flag, which I think triggered a death flag.
So she was important to plot, but
she
in
had
a way
lots
that
of
she
plot
didn't.
on her.
True, but no plot armor.
No, that go to Segi.
Yeah, so
oh my goodness,
as
the boy did it.
I think you also forgot to mention the princess turned ill, stroked her cat into like an actual giant cat, and just started wrecking all the army people.
yeah, like that's totally happened. Schrodinger's cat, the little lolly, becomes giant monster kaiju cat, and like just starts eating. She's eating everyone.
She became her source.
Yeah, she became her source. Thank you for reminding. By the way, guys,
I forgot they kind of have. They technically have stands.
Class on tattoos.
Yeah, so
How does a tattoo work, Professor Raudas?
Well, tattoos, you see, go onto the body, imbuing the user with a specific power. However, this power is truly coming from their source. The source looks like a giant kaiju stand, much like what we saw in Big Order.
But not as animated. They just kind of stood there.
Yeah, it was like a bad graphic art for a card game, basically.
I wouldn't say a bad graphic art. I mean, some of them did look cool, but it's just like there was no motion or animation to them at all.
Yeah, they
It was
just kind of...
like, it was just there.
They were backgrounds.
Yeah, they blended in with the backgrounds.
And, yeah, so Schrodinger's cat becomes her
Schrodinger
source.
cat.
What?
Huh?
What?
What?
Huh?
Huh? Nothing.
She became herself.
Yeah, okay, so... the princess captures Segi because Segi has the bright idea of like, hey, everyone's attacking everyone, but what we really want is something else, and tries to go for it. Princess is like, I have hella powers, I have hella tattoos, and gets him on a rock slab, stabs him up, and says, you know what? What?
The thing about this is they have the same powers.
True.
But
But
one
also
actually know
not
how
true.
to use it, and the other one didn't know how to like.
Wait, the princess?
The princess and Segi have the same tattoo.
I thought, but she's shooting rocks and using lasers and stuff. Well,
She
a
is,
little
isn't
later
she?
on. Yeah.
That's because Segi sucks ass.
Oh, damn. But BB has the same power. Oh, they all have the same power.
It's all. It's all. They said there.
Revelation.
Yeah, I think they said there was 4 Void Maker. I think the Kingdom had 2, and then the other 2 were for Segi and BB. I think
Yeah.
that's
And
why
so-
she wanted them. She wanted all 4 of them to gain ultimate power.
Ultimate power.
Yeah,
So
she could just use the better. She could just use the tattoo.
Yeah, she
better.
actually know how to use it. Segi didn't know it existed.
yeah. And so she tells him she's gonna make them truly suffer, and by doing what she ends up doing is just waiting for Toka to finally
Run
find
in the middle
him.
of the
Yeah,
battlefield.
finally find him in the middle of the battlefield, and for some reason Toka takes no presence into what's happening around this desolate, like plain like battlefield, and just yells out Seki-kun, and
Blood
She's
then
wrong
everywhere,
for your
body
average
on
high
the
school
floor.
girl, you
But
know?
all she
Like,
sees is Segi.
If you were like just walking down your street and you saw like a drive by, she would just like keep walking and not care, dude. She'd be like, "This is fine."
Yeah, she
I
did
think
fine.
Segi's around the corner somewhere.
She did not learn to look both ways, and because of that, a giant cat eats her.
Snatched her up real good.
Yeah, and left only a little like bracelet, which is, if you think about it, that's kind of hard.
Was that a bracelet or was that a hairpiece?
It was something. It was
Yeah,
something.
It was
tiny.
something of hers.
It was a
It
jewelry.
was kind of just like the thing from Big Order. A lot of similar themes here.
It's like we watched the same anime twice.
And so, Segi becomes super upset.
But her-
BB comes in to save the day, and second vice captain of Selenastan's like, no, you guys aren't going to save the day. You're going to fight me. And BB ends up like sacrificing himself in a way. He puts himself in a position to try to defeat her, but was about to die. Segi begs his source to give him the power to help BB. Gets that for a brief second, and the two of them tag team to strip away the vice captain's, whose name is Cal, her power from her.
Do you know why BB wasn't trying to fight?
Because he hates killing people.
No,
Well,
no,
there's
no, no.
that,
the,
but-
the reason why he was supposed to not go there in the first place.
Because if he uses his power too much, he'll lose control.
If
Yeah, he was on
anyone
the brink
loses
of,
their
like-
power too much.
They
Their
all lose
source will
control.
devour them.
Yeah, and BB was on the brink of that.
Yeah, because he was the best.
And knowing that information, he had to end up using his power a little too much, and he begs Segi to eat him.
What a twist!
Nom nom
With the
nom.
twist, yeah, and he totally does with his source. And
Just like Toka did.
yeah, yeah,
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, a little
They
bit.
had the same tattoo, Toka and Il, and then Il ate Toka, and then Seigi and BB had the same tattoo, And
Oh man, I love when
ate
anime come in full
Yeah.
circle.
So
it's the young eating the old.
It's
and
literally
getting
the circle of
stronger.
life.
And so
Ah,
BB planned for this to happen though because he wanted to give his power to Segi somehow. Anyways, moving on forward. We
Flash
find
forward.
out, flash forward. We find out that
Oh, I'm sorry. Flashback, then flash forward.
okay, brief moment of flashbackiness. Izzy gets her hand, which has her tattoo, like messed the heck up, and because of that, she loses her left arm.
It's like dropping a fridge on your arm.
Yeah, flash forward. Segi finds out that BB was in cahoots with some guy named Professor Wiseman, who dun 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 turns out to be the homeless man.
Oh no, the homeless man wasn't homeless at all.
No, he has
He
a
had
whole
a-
staff and
Oh my
home
god, I was
He
lied
had
to.
a well-respected job.
as a professor, and he uses the fact that he knew BB against Izzy and Segi by saying like, we're gonna carry on what BB wanted, which was to destroy all tattoos. This goes against Princess Arya's plan herself. Her plan, we find out, was that she wants to gather all tattoos within herself so that she can become a god and rewrite the world in a better way that she sees fit.
Ah, the Kefka.
Yes. Classic, like, I am the villain, but I'm trying to make the world better. But
Oh no, that's not what Kefka did.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
Thank you. I know he wins. That's all I heard. I
He
never
became a
played
god.
Final Fantasy 6. Is it 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, depends on where you're from.
Not true. We got the releases in a different way. But anyways, yeah, so Segi trains, he gets taller. Professor Wiseman develops some kind of weird machine that lets you go through the past experiences of the person you ate.
Nanomachines.
and Segi
Literally
gets to see
nanomachines.
all of BB's past, and this is where we find out that in BB's triple crossing, he used to work for the king of Selenistan, who was watching Princess Arya do her bad stuff, because Princess Arya is actually a clone. Well, she has like 1 million clones or something like that. I wasn't paying attention too much at this part, I'm going to be honest.
a good amount.
Yeah,
It's not that you weren't paying attention. It's that
Were they
it was
that
very
vague?
convoluted.
yeah. Basically, there's 1 million Aryas, and
They did kind of stay in this little castle thing.
yeah, because the oldest Arya is like protecting them because they were being used to breed people for tattoo research or something like that.
Well, I think that's where her source of her power is too. I think.
Well, that's
somehow.
Arya's source.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
so when
That's
Arya,
why she can use her tattoo so much and not get boned.
because her clones just take the death for her.
The
But
source consumes your soul.
yeah, and so Arya, when she became aware of what was going on, she decided to like destroy the world in her image and kind of thing, and developed a way to absorb tattoos, and that's what we learned from BB. Flash forward, because not much else happens. I will say that from episode 9 to episode 10, Izzy gains an arm, and I didn't know how that happened. I thought I missed it.
They like mentioned it once.
Oh,
Like they
God.
were out fishing, and then
Here's your
Yeah.
mechanical arm.
Segi was just like, "Hey, you better practice. We're going to do some field testing, so you better get used to your prosthetic arm."
Oh, okay. I literally rewinded a bunch of times. Like, she has like no arm, and then she has an arm, and no one's
God
saying
damn it,
anything.
budgeting.
It was just 1 second where he just says like, "Hey, you better
Get
it's
your
like,
arm on."
Like we're gonna practice. We're gonna do like field battle testing. So put on your fake arm." And she's like, "Okay."
Damn, hella mean, pointing out that it's a prosthetic. Anyways, we get introduced to two characters that also have tattoos in Professor Wiseman's group. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Huge flashback. One thing that a bunch of us don't understand is why Segi's thing is called the triggerless tattoo, because his trigger is blood, and he just has blood packs on him that he squishes when he wants to activate it.
Tom briefly mentioned it. They get like a shipment of blood to their house, and he just uses it.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Still doesn't understand why it's called a triggerless tattoo. But
Yeah.
that's
We'll
That's.
get into
I
that
mean,
later.
again, we don't
we'll get into that
Yeah.
later. So, blah blah blah. I'm trying to get back into the flash forward, and I'm there. So we learn that the princess is like near completion, and she kind of taunts the U.S. government by saying like, "Hey, I'm going to Arizona to the Grand Canyon to finish up my stuff." And
In a sexy swimsuit video, nonetheless.
yeah, and Segi is like, "I'm gonna take that bait, even though we all know it's a trap. I gotta kill her because she killed Toka, even though it wasn't her that killed Toka. It was ill."
That was the worst.
Yes, our
That's
Seigi
the
no
worst.
Mikata is now fighting for revenge instead of justice.
Yes. Holy crap. Okay,
That's
so
the
sorry.
worst trope
Siri
when-
just went off on me somehow.
It's kind of weird.
Oh, was it my Seigi no Mikata?
That's a really bad trope I find when they're like, hey, we have a plan to defeat the hero. Oh, I know this is a trap, but I must go. No, we have a plan. Like, I'm
we
going
gotta
to
get
ruin your plan
revenge.
and then do my own thing. They're like, all right, fine, whatever.
And so when they go into that battle, it's just 3 people. They run into all of their old enemies. Our lurker, he fights against Izzy. We have a new guy who we'll talk about a little bit later. His name is Tamaki. He's fighting some other new girl. And
I actually forgot her
They
name.
never saved Lisa.
they never saved Lisa. No.
In the
There
the
was
last
no
fight.
rescue Lisa arc because she stayed not rescued.
She stayed not rescued. Yeah. Well, no, they got her from. They found out she was okay after the ill attacked the original one, and then during the big battle,
She was missing in
Oh.
action.
yeah, she was missing in action because they thought she died with Rio Leonardo. It's a random guy, and then she gets mind controlled, to fight Izzy with our lurker.
Possessed.
Yeah, and Izzy has to fight the 2 of them. And Segi ends up fighting Cal that does not have her tattoo power anymore. We're just gonna go straight through these fights. Izzy says, "You think I'm gonna take it easy on Lisa because she's my friend? No, I'm gonna mess her up." And kicks her in the head, which kicked ill out of Lisa's head, and they were cool after that. She found the way to beat him, our lurker. Tamaki has the powers to make things big or small, which she uses to make bullets small so that they don't affect her. And then when she throws things at people, she makes things big so it messes them up more. Tamaki goes straight through that. And
Horrible explanation of the power.
I tried, man. It's not a good power. It's not a good...
It's decent, but I feel like the bullet, even if you make them small, they should still do enough. They should do some sort of damage to you, other than like, hey, that tickles.
I know,
Hey,
they're
when
still
you make
coming at a
something
high
so small,
velocity.
it kind of just exists. It doesn't exist. Like, it's whatever, dude.
Yeah, I mean, she said it tickled. But anyways, both of these characters, super side. We'll talk about that a little later. Segi runs into Cal, and Cal's like, even without my power, I can mess you up because I'm a super swordsman. Why she is following the way of the samurai when she's from Selenistan, I don't know.
She's a quarter Japanese.
Oh, that's good enough to be a samurai,
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah.
And
Also
so-
good enough to have a Japanese-sized mansion.
True. Okay.
When is
All valid-
Japanese a size?
All valid points. All valid points.
Sorry, we're falling apart here, folks.
Yeah, it's just such a bad anime. So, yeah, I know. I gave what? What are you looking at, Julian?
Nothing.
That's
Nothing.
terrible for podcasting.
Nothing.
What do you- now I'm looking at it.
Hey, stop. You pay attention to your thing, all right? I'm here, not saying anything. The people don't know about me. Just do your thing. Just do your thing.
I don't like that you're looking at my computer like that.
Well, maybe you should turn off your computer then.
Maybe I should. Anyways, okay.
We need it.
Yeah, it's the only light source right now. Samurai Girl ends up messing up Segi, and Professor Wiseman, who's watching them through a camera, still says like, man, even though Segi's like super trained, he has like a 1% chance of being able to defeat her since they're not nullifying his tattoo. Segi ends up defeating her because he's Protag, and goes after Princess. Princess Arya kind of comes out of like her final transformation, but still not her final form. and she has like all these crazy amount of powers, messes up Segi in a way that when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, they're not gonna finish this. But Segi gets on the brink of death, is super sad that he's not gonna win. Izzy and Tamaki, because they defeated their opponents, try to go and help Segi. End up saying, we're gonna sacrifice ourselves so that you can get out, Segi. And I don't know, Wiseman activates some kind of virus that he had Segi take some pills to quote unquote nullify the fatigue of overusing his powers. But it turns out to be like poison, kinda. Gives him a virus.
Tattoo poison.
Yeah, and what that
Ink poisoning.
What the ink poisoning does is it makes the source kind of consume them and make them real. I don't
Kaiju level.
Yeah, basically they become
Really? Is that how it
giant.
worked?
I mean, like they don't really explain it, but they become giant monsters, and in their monster forms, they don't really use powers. And Segi is unconscious, and the princess is kind of conscious, and it's just their monsters fighting.
And then Izzy is off in her own little dream world.
Oh yeah, because she got consumed, she's happy to be back with BB. And somehow Segi is like seeing this because they're both inside him, and he awakens and he's like, oh my god, I'm a kaiju, I could fight the princess. And literally Professor Wiseman says, because Segi knows judo and practices martial arts and the princess doesn't and can't use her powers, Segi can win. And he does. He beats the crap out of her in kaiju form.
Let them fight.
I think kaiju fight is a very poor term. The animation of that was very bad.
Yeah.
It was weird.
All they really did was
weird.
they zoomed in on the kaiju multiple times and then made punching noises.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I saw a few fists get flung.
like in the wide shot, you see
Yeah.
them like they punching each other over
with
and
the
over.
same
but-
animation.
What up?
Yeah, but some of it is it's like it was really weird how they did that.
Yeah, and then in the end, when they're about to win, Princess Arya's like, "Oh crap, I'm about to lose," and Segi's about to void me.
Time
and
to
she,
disappear.
Yeah, she teleports, and then everyone's happy because they quote unquote defeated the princess.
Well, they beat her that time, but she was just like, "Oh, we defeated her, but the
have
battle's
my
not over
revenge!"
yet."
yeah, which that's the end of the series. And
Well,
I hope it
Oh,
stays
you forgot
that
about
way.
the 20 fucking like flash forward scenes that they
After.
flash in front of our faces that
The,
have no
The
understanding.
teaser for season 2.
No, don't tell me there's a season
That
2.
was
It needs
not
to
a teaser
end.
for season 2.
Hey, Sigurd,
But-
you want to get upset?
Don't you tell me there's a season 2.
It's not confirmed, but the manga is 12 volume long and it's still ongoing.
No, they can stay like Blood Plus, where if you want to finish it, you can go read the manga. So, yeah. Whew, God, that was I hope shorter than Big Order and Active Raid, but it felt terribly long.
I'd call it
It's
3
about the
hours.
same.
About the same.
About
All
the
right.
same.
So that's the summary. You guys know the general gist. This is when we go into the breakdown, where we talk about anything that was slightly interesting in this series, and then at the very end, give our rating of the anime.
So, Sigurd, when you first heard of this anime,
Yeah.
Taboo Tattoo, what did you think it was about?
I thought, okay, when I heard the word Taboo Tattoo, I thought it was going to be some kind of shoujo yuri manga, where...
And you are?
I kind of figured it's exactly what I imagined. It's just like people with tattoo with special ability.
Really? You thought that beforehand?
Kinda.
I 100% thought this was like a show about incest.
God.
100%.
Well,
Not even trying to
always
make a
on the
joke
mind,
here.
huh?
I just thought it was, dude. Like
Is it because of the word taboo?
that, and how much sister banging went on in Big Order.
Okay.
I think
I see it.
It polluted my mind, I guess.
Yeah, you've been stuck on this for about 2 months now.
eh?
Yeah.
So let's discuss.
Yeah. I'll start off, I guess. Segi as a protagonist, to me, he was very weak. I never felt attached to the character.
Me too.
literally using Toka as a way to move him to maturity, I think was lazy. Toka was a very not thought out character. She just honkers, could cook, and got messed up.
Yeah, I feel like, his character development went on like really shittily. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't go well at all.
He
But
never
I was
got
really
strong.
glad that she died.
Damn.
I was watching that together with Wa, and when she died, I was just like, hallelujah.
Yeah, because I mean,
It was pretty predictable too,
I don't
especially.
think it was. I thought they'd keep her alive the
I
entire
thought she was
time
going
and
to
ruin
stay
my
alive
life.
too.
I'm really glad they didn't go with like, oh, there's a way to bring her back. And,
Oh, thank God!
like
You're right.
Yeah, they kept her dead, and that's what. That's.
They kept
I'm like,
her-
all right, cool.
They
There's
kept
your
her
character
6 feet under.
development.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just because of the fact that, like, for 6 episodes, we're dealing with her knowing that there's this dangerous world going on, that she has no powers except the trace, like, link power that she has.
I still don't get that stupid shit. How does she get a tattoo?
So, because Schrodinger's cat, her name is because Il had possessed her using that tattoo, she keeps that tattoo on her, and it's possible for Il to repossess her, and let if Tom ever took off the nullifying tattoo. That's how I understood it.
I feel like you're completely wrong, and I feel like there's no sense to make of it.
I'm trying.
And I feel like you're just writing headcanon.
It's
There is no real reason that she just had the tattoo for plot purposes. But whatever.
I kind of feel that way too. Like it was just a way for her to have a purpose
To stay by Segi.
to say by Segi. So like she's not completely helpless.
Let's go back to shit talking Seigi.
Yeah.
He was terrible. Like he was literally the Rock Lee / Renji of this show. He did not win his fights.
And Renji.
Yeah, dude. Like,
Well, no,
he was the character. He had the one. Okay, so remember when Rock Lee like clowned on Sasuke in the hallway or whatever?
yeah.
That was his fight against the teddy bear mafia dude. All right, and then everything else was just this horrible mishmash.
He
shit.
technically won against Cal in the final fight. when she did her like super low samurai style.
Renji defeated someone with Zabimaru at one point.
Renji beat the Hollows. The Arankaru came to town.
Okay.
Either
Sort
way,
of.
he was like the least main character, I
Like
feel.
his initial premise of being a hero of justice, like that's cool, but he didn't do anything with it. He just ate ass all the time. It was terrible. It was terrible.
I
It was
don't know,
terrible.
like the way they try to make his jujitsu,
It was judo.
like or judo, whatever. His throwing martial art, like the way they kind of kept mentioning it, like, oh yeah, he knows martial art. I expected it to go out throughout the series, but it's just like, no, I'm just gonna make things disappear.
Get bodied by everyone.
Yeah. Let's put Segi to rest. He was a terrible main character.
He was.
I want to move on to Izzy. Izzy should have been main
Bluesy
character.
floozy.
Brucey Frucy.
I don't know if
That's
she
the
had
thing.
stuff to be a
I
main
think
character
it's
either.
really funny that all the other characters make fun of Segi name because it's like, oh, your name is Justice, ha ha ha. When everyone else have like the most dumbest name ever.
Colonel Sanders.
You're right. It is. Everyone does have really stupid names. Really stupid.
You think that's a choice by the mangaka?
Yes,
or-
I
It gotta be.
I
Like,
don't
you don't-
understand like how you name your character Bluesy Floozy.
Yeah, I mean, guys,
I don't get.
we're in America.
I need to go look up her Wikipedia page and check out her like trivia on her name because that just doesn't. It's
Where does it come from?
We-
Like it
yeah,
has to be coming from something.
We are in America. When was the last person you met whose surname was Floozy?
Oh,
I don't know, but Beyonce's kid's name is Blue, which is pretty close to Bluesy.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not even close.
It's not
Blue is something normal. What the fuck is Bluesy?
Bluesy. It's like blouse and floozy.
Nope. Nope.
No, all right.
These are not
That's like
named.
taking, your kid and naming it Noist as a combination of North and East. That who the fuck is named Noist?
That's
The
a better
manga
name than
artist
Bluesy,
knew
though.
what he was
it
doing.
now?
These
Is
are
it?
not names you just generated on like a name generator.
It might have been.
Really?
How
Amer-
can you say that without certainty?
You want to find the American name generator and see what we
Yeah,
get?
let's find a name generator and see how long it takes us to
I
get
thought it was a
Bluesy
random
Floozy.
letter generator. My bad.
All right.
Oh, because like
Um,
you have people like R.R. Lorker, and then you have like Tom Shredderfield.
Yeah. I mean, All right, so I
Tom
mean,
was
more
pretty
on
normal.
more
Tom is kind of normal.
Tom was
but...
cool. Tom was third best character in the show, in my opinion.
All right, so I guess we're moving on from Izzy. Let's move
Well,
on to
then keep
Tom.
on talking about Izzy.
I did want to say that, but Izzy, the only thing I had a problem with Izzy character was she lose her arm in the middle of the series, and then all of a sudden she have an arm. You might as well not have her lose her arm if you're just going to give her a prosthetic like
Yeah,
that, especially a
Hey,
real looking
hey,
one.
Naruto got a new arm.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I'm agreeing with Wall here. Like, the thing was only running 12 episodes, and it was such a big deal to Segi that Izzy lost her arm. And then they
made
only
it,
use
yeah,
it.
they made it like a big deal, like, oh no, she lost her arm.
And it's
but
my
then the
fault.
next scene is she have an arm. You might as well just say, you might as well put her arm in a cast, and it would have had the exact same effect. And they said, oh, it got healed.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like she only...
No,
the
because
fact
you
that
had
she
to
had
take away the tattoo.
She
Well, no,
got
they
her tattoo back, though.
No, they explained very early on that, like, removing the tattoo from the body part won't remove the power because it's rooted in you.
Yeah.
It's just there.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
oops.
the fact that she only used her arm as a distraction to kick the princess one time, cheap. It's just a cheap plot device.
The fact that
was
she
just
also looked like a high school girl, even though she was much older, stupid.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I've been trying to talk about. But like, yeah, the fact that her power was the only power that kept her as a child-looking person pissed me off.
It was dumb. It was hey, I
no,
wanna draw the
they
character
tried.
like
They
this,
tried
but she
to.
has to
They
be
tried
older.
to put in like, oh, there's consequences to having these tattoo. Like, I
Only
don't
if you're not
age.
compatible. And she was the only person who wasn't compatible with her tattoo.
Yet
Yeah.
she had mastered it. Yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah, whatever.
Absolutely dumb. And so, let's move on to her better character, Tom.
Tom was cool.
Tom was a straight man. Like, he had nothing special about him except for the fact that he loved anime,
Yep. He had Dakimakura, he had figurines.
and Segi destroyed all of
You
that.
have a porn buddy named Tomaki.
What did
Tamaki.
Tamaki. That was
Tamaki?
yeah.
Is
Tamaki.
this the guy that we're talking about later?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the really cool dude.
Yeah, he was awesome too.
Yeah,
Those two.
I'll just say that was his porn buddy. It's like they're like he's just a good friend all around.
They were otaku buddies.
Yeah.
I really like in his Wikipedia page. It says because of his lack of fighting powers, he's injured on every conflict.
Yeah, no, it happened. Like, he's just
That's
like,
how
"Oh,
Toka.
my
He was
back."
escorting Toka away from the battlefield before she died, but his injury where he got like stabbed in the leg or something made him fall, and she just, oh, time to bounce, and she ran the other way.
It's like, ha, Tom can't move. I'm gonna make all of his efforts for naught.
You can't fault him for that. That
Fuck
was,
you, Tom, and your job.
Yeah, no. Tom was great.
Yeah, that was
And
cool.
then
I think he's I think he's voiced by I forgot what the character name in Daily Life of a High School Boy, but his character design and the way he acts is exactly like it. That's why I really like.
He just grew
I
up.
really like seeing him act as if he's an older person.
so it's daily life of Tom, basically.
Basically,
I'd watch that anime.
I wouldn't. I'd have to be subjected to all the other characters still. I don't want that.
All right. Let's move on to some of the Selena Stan people. Schrodinger's cat girl, ill. She annoyed me too.
Yeah. What's the story with that?
She's some kind of poor girl that got kissed by the princess and then became endlessly devoted to
Okay,
her.
so if the princess kisses you, she gets to teleport to you. Is that what a link is?
I think she gets to like feel you. I don't know.
No, because she
didn't-
teleports. She literally teleports in the show.
Does she teleport to Segi ever though?
Yes.
I think I felt like a couple of times. Once at least.
Oh my god, I hate this show for how it just randomly tries and go comedic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. That's
like that-
another thing. It goes.
I dropped
serious?
the show during the fucking ping pong scene. Episode 5. I made a note for sure. Like, this fucking evil ass bitch just shows up out of nowhere and she's like, hey, let's play ping pong, and if
No,
I
it
win,
was-
I get to fondle your titties.
No, it was it was Toko that was just like, it was like, hey, Princess Ava, whatever. I challenge you to ping pong, and if I win, you leave Segi alone. He was like, if I win, I get to feel your breast up. She's like, okay.
And she gets dicked on.
Yeah, all of her clothes gets blown off by ping pongs.
And then she's fucking and then the three of them was there anyone else?
It
Bill
was
there as well.
well, it was Segi, the princess, Toko and Il all at the park explaining the princess's like motive, I guess. That's where he was kind
So
of.
the four of them were just there as the fucking princess was just rubbing on fucking Toka's nipples, and she was just talking straight to Seigi about stuff like join our side. Oh my god!
So-
Yeah, she was just like, "Are you sure you're on the right side?" He was like, "Oh man, are the Americans actually evil?"
This is definitely gonna get the explicit tag in this
Oh my
episode.
god! When you
Oh, I'm
send
sorry.
me into a rage,
So the cussing does it?
I mean, there was cussing innately in the episode, so I don't think we can avoid it.
Look, this one was pretty explicit, but yeah, no, the way it flipped from seriousness to like comedy.
They didn't know
and
how
it
to
wasn't
keep a mood.
comedy; it was attempted comedy.
Attempted comedy that
didn't
fell
laugh.
super flat using perverted otaku tropes. Like it was.
Well, no, when Tom did stuff, it was all right. Kind
I-
of.
I find some of the comedy was pretty funny, but some of them were really out of place. Like in the series
Exceptional.
battle, like they're fighting Cal, the samurai girl, and then BB did come in and was like, "Hey, you like me, don't you?" And she's like, "What? No, why
Oh,
would I like
yeah.
you, stupid?" And
Yeah,
then she's like,
she totally went there. I mean, like I'm not saying that Tom and Tamaki's being otaku was what was wrong. I'm just saying that they were trying to use anime tropes at the worst time, like when
no.
BB
Yeah.
was fighting against Cal, and it was just really bad timing and had no substance.
it just kind of ruined the feeling or the atmosphere of the scene that was at.
No. I think the one time they used it right was when they gave us background on Tamaki, like when they when they set him up with his cosplay girlfriend.
Yeah,
and
no,
I think that was actually
because
Yeah.
Tamaki and Tom, like to me, that's it's a satire. It's a look at the people who are watching this anime.
The side character.
Yeah.
These are like, this is what they go through.
Yeah, so let's move on to Tamaki real quick because I forgot that he was
voiced
part
by
of the US.
Nobuyuki Hiyama,
And
one
what-
of my favorite seiyuu.
Who else does he do?
Guy Shishio from Gao, Viral from Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Oh, nice.
Lots of people do.
Wait, really? He was
Link from The
Viral?
Legend of Zelda as an adult.
Wow. Okay.
This is
I
from
didn't
the
think that they
same
could get
person
someone
that
like
kept saying that anime is trash. You know all the seiyuu
that's
and
fine.
what voice they, what you
He's
know
just
like
trying to keep-
everything.
he's just trying
I
to-
don't even know that.
He's just trying to
I
keep
repeat, anime is trash.
he's just trying to keep his power level hidden. Anyway, so
Oh yeah, again with Tomaki, you mentioned that he had the same power accelerator.
yeah.
Accelerator power was to control vector. He can control the direction of anything like force, wind, plasma apparently.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I think Tamaki was it's like, yeah, he can just accelerate. It's not
Oh,
the same.
okay.
Yeah.
He can redirect stuff. Was that what it was?
Basically, accelerator, he just redirects anything he
All right, we're
wants.
not here to talk about railgun. Let's forget about accelerator. I don't care how much you want
All
to ride
right.
his dick.
No, he
But-
just Walt needed to correct me really
All right, so
hard.
We've introduced two of the best characters in the show. Let's get on to the third one.
The third best character. Do you mean
BB.
BB?
Yeah.
He's one of the top three. I haven't decided. Tom is third, and then I don't know if I like BB or Tamaki more.
Hold on. I just want a little bit more Tamaki in my life. Tamaki.
Okay, yeah, I don't mind it.
If you guys need to watch this series for any reason, it's episode 10, right?
Thanks, man.
Okay,
10,
look,
I think,
9
yeah.
or 10.
look up in episode 10, like 15, 13 minutes in. If you see a buff Asian dude with black spiky hair at an anime convention, you're at the right spot.
That is
And it's because Tamaki, like Tom, is an otaku himself, and he's going to this convention to buy some doujin for some random anime that they watch, and he finds his cosplay, like his favorite cosplay girl, who talks back with him and says, like, you know what, I'm gonna be going on a dangerous mission, and I might not make it back, but I'm gonna give you this so that I have to make it back.
And
And
when I come back,
yeah, and she starts like, well, she loves him too, and she says yes to his marriage proposal, but she's like, "You're raising up death flags. What are you doing?"
and
that's
he claims he is a protagonist.
yeah. He goes,
they're like, no, you're raising more death
and
flags.
she's like, "No, because I'm the protagonist, I will always come back." She's like, "But what if we're side characters in some other protagonist's story?" And he says, "No, I'm the protagonist of your story," and talks about how they were childhood best friends who grew apart from each other, randomly
Well,
found
like
each other.
the
because he
girl
had to
moved
move
away,
away.
and then they met back at the Comic-Con where she was selling
Her erotic manga.
yeah, her manga, and he was like, "Oh, we reunite again."
We reunited again, and I love you, and we're gonna get married, and I'm coming back.
I
And-
really like people reaction, like watching it, like
oh yeah,
like, they were just
everyone's
like,
What are
like,
these
man.
freaks doing?
they're like, man, these guys are strange. They're going hardcore in this.
stop talking weeaboo. I can't understand you.
Wakaranai.
Wouldn't
Wouldn't it be hilarious if the rest of the manga set up Tamaki as the protagonist?
I would be so. I'd pick it up again.
There's also conversely, like, if he actually dies in the manga and we didn't get to see
Oh
that.
my god, I'd be so sad.
Oh my goodness.
I would burn that manga.
I would burn that author.
And so, yeah, okay. That was all I needed for Tamaki. Let's go on to BB, who is like the Matrix dude. He has a trench coat. He got sunglasses. That's Matrix.
He was super cool.
I guess his hair was slit back, so that was kind of Matrixy.
he was, like, the only competent good guy.
And
Well, I guess Tamaki was good, too.
I would go as far as to call him the Keanu Reeves.
He was the Kamina.
He was Kamina Keanuma Reeves of Taboo Tattoo.
He had the same exact powers as Seigi, except he could do shit with them.
He knew what he was doing with them.
He did.
And
Although, you know, it was stupid when they first introduced, like, how good he was when they were infiltrating the research facility, and he just, like, there were these people with bombs inside them, and he fought with them a little. If they
Yeah.
got knocked out, the bombs would explode. But what he did is he deduced where the bombs were inside them and used his void maker to erase the tattoos or erase the bombs from existence.
Mhm.
And they just never brought up how skillful he was at that again. Because, like, I forgot what it was during the fight before he died.
They said that he used the void maker to like destroy nerve endings in enemies to make them paralyzed. And I kept saying, do it to Cal.
Yeah, there was
make her useless.
like, I don't understand, like, how he couldn't just void her shield. If this
he was using the void. He was voiding her shield in
Yeah,
order to survive.
he
I don't
was
see why
breaking
couldn't
the
just,
shield.
like, void inside the shield as well. Like,
I totally understand
the targeting-
exactly where you're coming
I
from.
don't-
Yeah. Instead, he just kept coming at her like he was using Rasengan, which kind of made me mad.
because then it wouldn't be as cool of a fight, apparently.
Because he didn't need to actually hold onto the orbs to attack her either. He just he could spout little orbs
it's ranged.
anywhere. Yeah.
No, he even said like you can make them as small as this, and he showed Shaky a hair, and it had tiny little holes.
Yeah, it was.
So like he could definitely like pinpoint it and make it like almost like microscopic.
they
level.
introduced, like, the super OP character, and they said, oh, we have to scale him back. Let's just not do any of his things. It was dumb. It was
Not
like,
only, it was like not the fact that he was just OP.
Basically,
his
they
story
nerfed him.
was amazing too. Like his double crossing, his sacrifice that he made in order to
Keep a promise.
yeah, try to keep a promise. His love story with Izzy was more compelling than Segi and Toka. Like,
they had an actual love story. That's
Yeah.
why.
yeah,
It
They were
existed.
lovers.
we got
It was
a-
acknowledged.
that one episode all about BB was better than the whole series. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's like episode 9 for you guys. If you want to watch a Taboo Tattoo for one episode, watch episode 9.
And 10. That's it. Just finish
9
it off.
and then a piece of 10, and you got the best part of Taboo Tattoo.
It won't make sense, but it's
It's good enough.
the only
Neither
thing you
did the rest of
enjoy.
the anime, so
Yeah.
whatever.
All right.
You want to talk about Colonel Sanders? Or who else? What else are we talking about?
I mean, to me, the only other characters worth mentioning, I think, is Princess Arya and Cal. But Colonel
I
Sanders,
do like Cal's design. She was I kind of like her as a villain. She's a really good villain.
you
Yeah.
you like her because she was a samurai.
Samurai, and she also had Aegis Reflector. That was she
Oh.
was so much better. She was better.
That wasn't Aegis Reflector. It didn't reflect anything.
No, she reflected.
No, she
that back.
reflected bullets.
Yeah, she did.
The guy who says "fucking" like 3
Alright.
times.
He
shot her
unloaded a whole clip, and then she Aegis reflected back at him.
Yeah,
Let's see. Okay.
that's how he died.
But mostly
I
she
remember this now.
she kind of used it as
I
a
remember
force
this
push, but I really like how she used her ability. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it
It
was
was
an
either reflect or
interesting-
not reflecting. You could cut things.
It was a barrier or a reflector,
Weird.
depending on what she wants.
Yeah, She was a cool character. She was a bit OP in my opinion.
Yeah, she was way more OP than she should have been.
Yeah. But other than that, I wish that she had a bigger role than just 2 episodes. Because, I mean, we didn't really hear about her except for the fact that she's in charge of maid girls and can use a sword.
Honestly, like, a lot of characters didn't really get a backstory like they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, I think you can make an argument because it was 12 episodes long, but I feel like there's been anime with less episodes that were able to give way more backstory.
It was 12 episodes.
Yeah. I was so glad when I got
I kept
to
on
episode
thinking it was
12.
10, dude.
Yeah. Princess Arya, she's a weak villain. She is Rin Tosaka.
She's a very weak villain.
She's your standard villain where I'm going to be a god and make it how I want it to be,
And
which means like erasing everyone.
It really felt like Big Order. Like it felt like she was trying to like make her own world.
That's
just
what,
like in Big Order.
That's what really bugged me about this anime. It was almost like a clone of Big Order.
Yeah,
like
no,
it was down to like almost down to the wire.
That's the crux of what bothered me is that when we say that we felt like we watched the same anime twice, there were stands that were kaiju instead of like regular stands, special powers, and weak villains and plot. Like, is this the formula to make bad anime?
Well, the thing that really got me, like when you hear tattoo, like the tattoo give them power, you would expect it'll be like cool level of tattoo, like we joked, like maybe Yakuza level tattoo or maybe like a sleeve tattoo. It was literally their tattoo look identical to the order symbol on their hand, which is on their hand.
It looked like a tribal tattoo that you can get at a 50-cent.
Basically, it's like
machine.
it's like the tribal tattoo that the cool gym guy think is cool.
Yeah, the cool gym guy thinks is cool.
Well, therefore it must be cool.
You were almost there, man.
Almost.
So, like, I mean, you're right though. It could have been like a Yakuza level back sleeve tattoo. Oscar
I
from
would
The
have
Legend
probably
of
enjoyed it a lot
Rikio
more.
That would have
if it
been
was-
way too hard to draw.
to animate, and it could have been like their kaiju. Like that to me would have made way more sense.
That would have been a nice touch. It's too bad we're not talking about how we can make this better and just talking about how bad it is.
I like how you stepped away from the mic just to say that. But yeah. I mean, I don't think there's any other characters worth mentioning. Our
Honestly,
Lurker
though.
was a sadist. That's it.
I can't believe that dude ate his own fingers.
I don't even know why he ate his own fingers.
I
Me
think that was
either.
his trigger.
But he didn't do it all the time. He used his little whip things on his fingers.
What was Blood's trigger?
Blood?
Blood
BB?
was triggerless, I'm pretty sure. That would have no
This
meaning
is showing you even more reason why BB needed to be the main character. Because his tattoo was truly triggerless.
I just don't understand why.
That,
Seigi
oh
needed
yeah,
blood to
that's
trigger his
another
tattoo.
thing I want to mention about Seigi. Like he had an arsenal of like blood packs that he just used as like as a person that donates blood regularly. I don't know how I feel about
Like, I had to bring that in.
about my blood pack being used
For the United States
You
government.
know what? Never mind. That would be awesome if the nurse that's drawing my blood saying, "Hey, by the way, your blood is being used to fight off terrorists, so this teenage boy can activate his tattoo powers," I would be like, "Take double units." Then I would love that to happen.
I would
Can you
just
send me a
donate
video?
more frequently, but you don't have to kill
After
yourself.
having watched this show, I would have just shot myself in the head.
Donate your whole body? Is that what you're telling me? Or what?
I would gladly donate my body so I don't have to watch
I will
this
trade you my life to end this suffering.
to drain me out.
All right, so I think that the listeners definitely got a taste of each character
They
that
did.
mattered. You guys got the summary now too. So let's go on to final review.
I want to say something else though.
Oh, okay. What's up?
I felt that the music score was very, very weak.
Totally.
It was like almost non-existent, really.
I felt that there was one track that could have been good, but it just wasn't. It was the
When
one that
was that
played
during? Yeah.
during the preview where it had all the tattoos just like flying at you.
Oh, you mean that started off good and then it just got weak.
I can't tell. I think I'm pretty. That sound like Face 8 Night ending too, like where they're.
know.
It's kind of generic. Like, hey, the anime is ending.
I didn't say it was
Here's a
good. I
preview.
said it could have been good. Yeah.
I guess another thing is like the
sounded
special
good.
effects were like one of the worst I've seen.
I
Really?
don't think they were worse.
I don't think they were that bad.
The ways they
were
use
just
fire
weird.
and smoke was as if they used like
Oh.
clip art from something.
The
Oh,
smoke-
that
the smoke was
one
terrible.
bombing area.
The one bombing area and a couple of the fire looked like they literally took it off of like another clip and did add it on there. And then there was I complained about this before, but the kaiju battle was, I think they spent all the budget on the design, but the actual fight scene, it just looked like they did zoom really fast to make it look like they're fighting, but they weren't
I don't
any
think that
animation.
was that bad, to be honest. I think it was all right. I don't think it's as bad as you're selling it.
Maybe, I don't know. That's
Or
my
not selling
opinion.
it, I guess.
Other than that, like the character design and everything, I actually kind of enjoyed in this.
There wasn't a single one that I actually looked at them and said, "I like this person's look." Oh, maybe Tamaki, but
Well, I
I
mean,
thought
no, I
Lisa
like
was
I like
hot.
he was very generic.
BB, Tamaki, and Cal. Well, I mean, some of the design was pretty cool. Like you can tell like
I had no.
it's
waifus
different.
In this series.
That character is
That-
different
that
from
tells you
that
something.
character.
You guys talked at the same time, so I didn't understand you guys.
I have no waifus in this series.
And then
Oh,
what?
neither do I. It's
If I had to have a waifu, it'd be Lisa. So, all right.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe
It's
I mean,
wrong.
because she reminded me of Karin from Code Geass. Red
she
hair,
reminds me of that one Pokemon gym leader.
Flannery.
No.
Because I also like Flannery. Maybe
She
I have a thing
has-
for redheads.
I think she's like a grass type. I don't know. Who cares?
Anyways, yeah. So let's go on to final reviews.
You want to talk about the animation more?
No, I really don't.
Darn. Darn.
Who should go first?
I really have nothing to say. I think it was terrible. I definitely would have dropped it on episode 5.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I saw that ping pong scene, I was like, "This is poor. This is." Is it? Let me. If I were to rate it, I would say.
What level did it shit the bed, Julian?
think about it
That's
now.
your
No,
theme.
no,
The
it's different,
ping
it's
pong
different.
scene is basically it's like one of the first I've seen for a filler scene where like they did put that scene in there to fill up time.
Yeah, could you imagine if like Amuro Ray was just like doing his stuff, and then out of nowhere he just like hung out with Char for a little bit?
And
Could you
played ping
imagine how
pong?
weird that would be?
That'd be pretty.
Like if he
weird.
helped him like get his car out of the mud or something. That happened.
It would be a red car. Was it a red car?
No, it was Amuro's car.
Ah.
Char
I
and
felt
Lala
like that
helped
was
told him out.
oddly specific for you to mention.
Again, he
Well,
doesn't
they
watch.
didn't know each other.
He
so,
doesn't watch any anime. So,
Uh,
all right. So yeah,
I would
review
have.
it.
I think I probably would have watched Dragon Ball Super over this.
Wow, no, that's
That's your review. Because then you have to tell me what level Dragon Ball Super is on the scale of something.
how bad would you shit on Sigurd New Bed?
How bad would it shit on Sigurd's
Yeah.
bed? So my scale of bed shitting for Taboo Tattoo is vacate the premises, call, some professional cleaners to get that shit out because you're throwing that bed away. You're probably moving to a new place.
It's a very long summary, man. So it's bad.
It's
It's bad. Bad.
it's bad. Of
It's-
the 3,
It's all over the walls.
Look, this is how
I
we rate
feel
things.
like of the three shows we've watched so far, I feel like this is the worst one.
wow.
I hope it doesn't just keep getting worse.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get something better than Big Order.
The next
Big Order, Active Raid, Taboo Tattoo.
Damn. All right. Well, how do you rate this?
Honestly, my
Honestly,
rating, I would
be honest.
I think I would
Please.
give it. I would give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
I think I gave Big Order 3 out of 10. I think I liked it slightly more. Or okay, let me rephrase that. I think I like Taboo Tattoo slightly less than I hate.
Be honest now.
I like hate.
I hate Taboo Tattoo less than Big Order.
Okay.
Because I felt like I kind of graded on the anime itself. I'm not comparing it to the other, but
that's fine.
I feel like Taboo
you have
Tattoo
to-
did a little bit better. I did really hate how Big Order did the universal reset, which I always hate in any media. Taboo Tattoo, I guess they kind of set up for a second season, so they can try to redeem themselves, I guess. But
You think
again,
that's redeemable?
it's still bottom tier for me.
Okay. If I had to give it a review of I loved it, it's a bad anime that was a gem, or it was okay, I'm not a better or worse person for the experience, or damn, I had to watch that just because I'm trying to cosplay a character and need to know the story, and then, oh god, gouge my eyes out, it'd be definitely the, oh god, gouge my eyes out, just like they did to Colonel Sanders when she sliced his eyes away. No, she voided his eyes away, right?
Nope.
No,
sliced
they
them.
cut it.
She cut
She
his
was
eyes
like,
away, and they didn't give him any prosthetic Bato eyes. It was God. Why did I watch
Technically,
that?
they did.
I mean,
They gave him special binoculars.
Whoever is recommending us these animes, they're doing a great job.
yeah. Shout outs to Anthony, intern in Canada. He's a meme lord, and he told me that Taboo Tattoo is terrible. So, shout outs to Anthony. But it's definitely, please don't make me watch this. So,
I can't think of anyone that would cosplay this because like their cosplay
Oh, no, I'm
costume are
saying-
really like.
No, he's just.
I'm
that's his
saying in
rating scale.
general,
Okay.
like if
You
I
know?
had
'Cause I'm
to,
pretty
No,
sure
yeah, no,
this
I
fucking
mean, yeah,
media
but I'm like,
isn't gonna take a literal shit on a bed.
yeah.
well, I'm just saying, like, I haven't, like, there's not a character that's super unique that someone would like cosplay, or it's not.
Blood.
I guess blood, maybe blood,
Yeah, blood.
but everyone else seemed kind of like had
Lucy
generic
Frucy.
clothes.
Lucy Frucy, you could cosplay. She has silver hair and a school uniform.
Sure, okay.
You could cosplay as the princess, but you just get confused with the Fate Stay Night people.
They're like, hey,
Oh,
is
you're
that
Archer Red.
is that Archer Cross Red? No,
Nice.
it's Princess Adalaba from Kingdom of.
You said Amidala for a second. Oh man. All right.
Shiva Kamini, someone get the drum.
All right, guys. I'm gonna give you a quick break of some kind of music. So maybe we'll find that one song that was slightly okay.
「色を変えた空」「当たり前のように時を刻む」「嘘みたいな現実」「研ぎ澄まされてく」「かすかな感覚だけがリアル」「伸ばした手に触れた旗」「黙ったままであなたが見つめる」「今を映す世界の果て」「絡み合う未来」「追いかけて手を伸ばして進んで」「来た道を何のために誰のために何ができるの」「信じたいこの想いをもっとあなたといたいから」「やがて訪れるその時を」世界の裏側張り詰めた線に息潜めるエゴまみれの真相繰り返されてくまぶたの裏に焼けつくビジョンそらした目に止まった花耳を突き刺す叫びが聞こえる幾度となく回る世界混ざり合う願い問いかけて振り払って選んで来た道は今があればそばにいれば後悔はない守りたいこの想いはずっと変わりはしないからたとえその時が遠くても
So this is Daijou Group clickbait for Taboo Tattoo.
All right. When a mix of homeless men handing out tattoos, middle-aged lollies, and a princess with a god complex, life gets weird for this ally of justice.
I like the phone drop that I heard there.
Oops. That wasn't intentional.
That was pretty good. All right. Life gets complicated.
For an ally of justice.
For the
I
ally.
should have said a Seigi no Mikata.
Just to make sure we want them to watch this, right?
I mean, what was there not to like? There was homeless men, lollies, and a princess.
Middle-aged lollies.
Middle-aged lolly, exactly. I mean, people remember the middle-aged lolly
Yeah,
of...
because then it's legal and you can have all your sick fetishes.
Oh, gosh. All right. Well, would you like to go next?
He doesn't want to, but he's going to.
I'll go
Wow.
next. I'll go next. So, Daijou Crew clickbait for Taboo Tattoo. When a homeless man gives random tattoos out to a middle school boy named Segi something something, the United States government gets involved into a wacky, zany adventure where he learns the true meaning of justice. I should have written it out like you, Julian. That was so bad. I wouldn't watch that. I didn't mention lollies. I just only mentioned a middle school boy and a
And the
homeless
U.S.
man.
Army military.
I'm hoping the USA pulls people. I will say my favorite part that I'm actually thinking of using in future streams is when Japanese men are yelling USA, USA.
Oh, that was
USA.
the best.
That was actually kind of cool, but not worth watching a Taboo Tattoo for.
Not to watch it for that 1 second of.
All right, yeah, it was definitely worth watching. No, it's not. It's the I take that back. I was distracted. I wasn't in the
you.
right frame of mind. Take that back.
No one ate dinner that night.
Toshiba, come on. All right.
Shut up. Nago.
All right.
I'll punch you in the fucking face. Nago.
Oh god, the outtake on those are great.
Dad, we're all hungry. Anyways, this is an amateur voice acting hour. Wow. Daijou Crew clickbait.
Daijou
Taboo Tattoo.
of Taboo Tattoo.
You didn't need to mention. You didn't need to repeat for me. I had it for
I
you.
do not need to repeat for you.
Oh my god.
I hold on.
Touche.
Say you. Damn it. I need some vocal training, guys. Seigi is your normal middle school boy who said live a normal life until he got a tattoo. Stop. Oh, I should really skip that part.
No,
You should
it
really
was-
stop repeating details.
It was
The
good.
green bed is green all the way.
Hey, that's the way Wa talks, man. That is the speech in which Wa talks. Just as Kuroko plays the basketball
how dare
which
you
he
oppress
plays.
me?
Shut up. You're triggering me.
Did you just assume the way he talks?
And assume no.
Internalized oppression.
All right, so I like
Take-
that.
take
Well,
three?
do you want to say it in a more fluid,
did you
fluid way?
finish?
No, he said yeah. He goes something tattoo.
Okay,
I mean,
hold on. Okay, hold on.
I can remember myself yelling stop.
Okay. Seigi is your normal middle school or high school? God damn, I keep forgetting.
middle school.
So he was middle school?
He's middle school.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
They only said it like a million times, but no one was paying attention, so
Nope.
don't worry.
I certainly wasn't.
I just kept thinking, why is this kid in middle school? Why is he doing shit? Like,
Well, no, the way anime does it is basically like your middle school look like high school, and your high school look like college student, and your college students look like they're dead inside.
That was a weird transition to make.
great progression there.
Good job.
All right, here's the real take, final take. All right,
Final. Oh man, so much pressure.
exactly.
On this week's.
We're trying to move along here. We're hungry. All right.
Don't
Julian,
break their immersion.
Okay. Daijou crew clickbait.
for Taboo Tattoo.
Seigi is your normal middle school boy who live a normal life until he get a tattoo. Join his wacky adventure and have fun. There, that should get people curious enough to be like, what could happen?
How wacky is this?
I like how wacky is like the go-to word for Netflix.
Zany and wacky. Yeah, no, it totally.
It's kind of.
I
Who
think
wants to be Netflix? Who wants to be Hulu? And who wants to be Crunchyroll?
I want to be Crunchyroll.
I think I like Netflix.
I am Hulu.
All right, I think Hulu won this description, but let us know in the comments, guys. About
Do we have a comments box?
we're going to.
Well, we have an email box, don't we?
That's
Okay,
different.
we'll get to that
Mail
stuff
your
towards the
email,
end.
that weird.
We'll get to that towards the end of the show, guys. We
Fine.
don't need to plug ourselves yet. Jesus Christ.
I'm always plugging myself.
Marie, this.
Wink, wink.
Oh God. Anyways, so yeah, that's Daijou Crew click. I can't even say that. Daijou Crew clickbait. What else do we do in this podcast? Listener
Our
emails.
best.
We try.
What do you mean listen to our emails? We haven't
Listener
received an
emails.
email. The only emails we've been getting is Twitter. They say, hey, look what's happening.
True. Yeah.
I know because I'm looking at the emails as well.
I still don't know how to get into it.
All right. Well,
You
there is
log
no
in, you-
listener emails because there's. Yeah, we haven't gotten one yet. So send it to us, guys.
The editing department is their
Is
dream
that-
is not clear.
Oh, you're gonna bring that into here? That's someone else.
That's
All right.
Ross House.
Yeah, Taras House on Netflix.
Sure. I don't know where it is.
All right. Well, I haven't seen a single episode.
Me
Have you-
either.
You didn't watch? Just
No.
like you watched Super Lucha Underground
I
already?
did not watch Lucha Underground.
You're a liar.
Mm.
No, you really?
Really?
I thought you and Will were watching that.
No, I looked up a clip to see what kind of show this was, and it looked just like wrestling. I was like, oh,
Okay.
X.
Yeah, we're out of that.
Yeah.
All right. So since we haven't received any emails yet, we're gonna go into answering Yahoo questions. All right. Okay.
cool. I
Awesome.
don't disagree.
What?
Sure.
All right. So
It's always a fun time for Yahoo questions.
I just like talking.
first question that we got is how painful is a tattoo? It goes deeper with how painful would a tattoo be on the back of my shoulder?
See, this is funny because I assume neither one of us have a tattoo.
When you
I don't
say
have
neither,
a tattoo.
You mean all three of us?
Yeah.
Or unless you're assuming one of us has tattoos.
Well,
and
I
you
don't
were
want.
looking at
I don't want
Sigurd
to
when you
speak.
said
I don't
neither
want.
of us.
I don't want to speak for everyone saying like none of us have a tattoo. One of you guys might have a tattoo I don't know about. Do you guys want to talk about it?
On
I don't
my
want to talk about it.
butt. No, I'm kidding.
You got one on your butt.
On my butt.
Are,
Pain.
is it Colonel Sanders
It's
saying
a picture.
ass?
Yeah, it's a picture of Colonel Sanders, and he says, "Shove something up this." But
Or does it say exit not entrance?
exactly. Exit,
no
not
entrance.
No. I mean, I know that none of us have a tattoo, right? But I would imagine that you could take this question. I'll start off. How about that? It could be painful in the sense that physical pain, right? I mean, it's a bunch of needles being poked into your skin with a little bit of ink being left as a trace. It can be an emotional pain.
For like by remorse, like why the fuck did I get this?
Exactly. Or
So,
it can be the name of someone you don't want to have on your body anymore.
so
How painful is a tattoo?
this
Julian?
one time, when I was little,
You got a tattoo?
I was digging underneath my bed, and apparently there was a safety pin down there that was not safety,
Ooh.
and it dug into my arm, and it didn't hurt. It was just in me, and I was like, and so I pulled it out, and we were cool.
You and Safety Pin were cool?
We were cool.
You had no beef after that point.
Nope. And so, I'm gonna assume that as long as Mama didn't raise a bitch, tattoos don't hurt.
All right.
Also, when I was younger, for some reason, I would like to take pins or safety pins and just like stab them through the extra skin.
I feel like
Holy
I've
fingers.
Really?
Yeah.
You were that kid?
Yeah. Wait, you've seen that before, right, Sigurd?
I've never done it
I
because it
never done
looked
it,
terribly
but
painful.
it was very popular
Not
in
painful at
high
all
school.
because it's just dead skin. There's no nerves in there. There's no blood. There's no nothing. You like if you ever like bite the edge of your finger
To
you know?
summon something?
Yeah, like no, actually, because you need blood there. But like it's just the extra dead skin, so you know.
I see.
I
But
think
on the
it's-
shoulder, you know, as long as you're dead inside, it shouldn't hurt.
you have no soul, then go get a tattoo. On a serious note, I think it depends on what your pain tolerance is, because
That is a serious note.
yeah, because like I guess like you see people with like there's some people with like full body tattoo, it's probably nothing to them, but if like your little like bitch face and like a little poke is gonna really bug you, then yeah.
Damn, you guys are really hard on people who don't want to get poked by things. Some people have the fear of needles, guys.
I used to.
Yeah.
When you were like you say, "What? I was a little bitch."
No,
You're gonna have to get your flu shot
Just used to.
sometimes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come at it at the medical angle. Your nerves are in different places of your body. I'm assuming that if they're touched by a needle, it's gonna hurt. That's why a lot of people say getting like knuckle tattoos or on like people are doing the mustache tattoo on their index finger so that they can hold their finger underneath their nose and be like, haha, I'm fancy. But they said that was a really painful tattoo. So to specifically answer if how bad would it be on your shoulder, it would probably be fine on the meaty part, but if it touched the joint on the blade that kind of protrudes, that would probably hurt a little bit.
yeah, it all depends on if you like the feel of it.
Yeah, I mean, some people do. Some
Yeah.
people definitely do.
That's some people's fetishes.
Well, like, I'm not even gonna say it. You just got it stuck in my head now. But
Yeah, that's going.
that's about
Good
taboo.
job. It's going to be our gag for
I
for
don't
this
want it
podcast.
to. I really don't want it to be.
It's my gag. Just kidding. It's not my gag. It's a serious
That's a
question.
serious question for you.
It's a serious issue. I'm
All
very
right.
confused.
Next question. What is the origin of tattoos? What is the origin of tattoos? Where, when, and why did they start?
All right. So if Pokemon taught me anything, it's a Pokemon. Let's just...
So 1991, huh? That's when tattoo was the first tattoo.
No. Pokemon existed since before the dawn of time. It was Arceus.
Uh-huh.
So I'm sure that there's an ink Pokemon,
Uh-huh.
and he must have just like passed on ink to people, and people thought like, oh man, that's cool, and like humans always try to reach out and be like more than they are. We go and build planes and stuff and things like that, and so they were like, let's imitate this tattoo Pokemon, and they just started doing it themselves, and
So Smurgle has a paintbrush on the
It could have been
back of his tail.
Smurgle,
You
I
think it's
don't know.
Smurgle?
it could have been. I don't know. I don't claim to know. I'm just I'm insinuating.
I see.
Or not insinuating. I'm-
Insinuating?
Whoops. I'm just guessing.
All right. Okay. I like it. Well, where do you think the origin of tattoos came from?
I'm not a historian. I don't know.
Yeah, just-
Japan maybe.
Japan? Okay. And
Yakuzas or whatever.
when
I
and
don't-
why?
I don't know, because I feel like Yakuza's been around for the longest time, and they have like tattoos. But I feel like
Well,
tattoo.
why did they get tattoos?
I don't know.
Look,
'cause, like,
people are coming to us for answers, Walt, and you saying I don't know doesn't instill
yeah,
confidence in them. So
so a guy who's curious about tattoo is going to go on a freaking bad anime review podcast and ask, "Hey guys, where does tattoo come from?"
yeah, they're asking us right
yeah,
now.
Dude, I hate Pokemon, but still, I'm thinking about picking up the new games because I hear people talk about them.
I'm waiting for Walt to keep talking.
Like, I feel like it could date back to probably like the medieval area, but I'm not sure why they would do it.
So just give us a reason why.
I don't know.
If your son came up to you-
to mark people,
to mark
to
people.
put them in the clan.
Oh,
Well, not that way.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
they're like, it's like, hey, we got a fish on his back. He's part of the fishy group.
oh no, he's a part of the fish slave trade.
Oh God, you went there and stop the podcast right there.
What? One Piece deserves justice.
All right. My answer for where, when, and why did tattoos start? I would say tattoos came into being when someone wanted. Now I can't help but think about the slave trade. Thanks to you guys. I had an answer and it's gone. I like the Pokemon thing. It was making me creative.
Well,
here.
your dream wasn't clear then.
I guess not.
It might have been clear, but the clouds just covered it up.
I'm thinking that tattoos came into being when branding was a thing, and it was a less painful way to do it. And you want to identify something? I'll go with Wa. I had an answer, and my dream became unclear from your guys' answer, and yeah,
Your guys's. It was his.
from Wa's answer.
Don't blame me.
All right, moving on to the next one. Boom, 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 boom. Hey guys out there, are tramp stamps annoying or sexy? Going deeper into it, considering getting a tat in my lower back, the infamous tramp stamp, and wondering if guys think this is sexy, or it's just annoying or unappealing. So,
Why don't you go first, Sigurd?
um,
Before we clout your judgment.
tramp stamps. You see them. I've mostly seen them on middle-aged women, and I don't know. I would say it is what they, if they wanted it, they got it. Usually the ones that I see have been like taboo tattoo designs, just tribal or a butterfly or something. I don't think much of it. I think it looks bad when it's faded, like most tattoos when they're colored. I don't understand. I mean, you're not gonna see it, so I don't think it's for you. It probably is for someone else.
That's why she's asking, you know?
Yeah, so
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean,
Can I lure in
she's
some males
literally
to this
asking
sweet
like,
booty?
hey, should I get a tattoo to attract people, or do people find it unattractive?
I mean, yeah, you guys are right. I'm I'm beating around the bush here. To me, it's annoying. I don't think that it's necessary. I'd rather look at other stuff than the small of your back.
So you're telling me you wouldn't put flame decals on your car?
I mean, I'd put a spoiler, but I wouldn't put flame decals.
Okay.
Wait,
What
do
about
I
you,
have
Wa?
flame decals on my car? Is that
You
why you brought that up?
wouldn't weep out your car.
I would Itasha out my car.
Okay, whatever. Well,
Kind of the same with Sigurd. Like, the only tramp stamp I ever do see is like tribal tattoo and butterfly, which is like very ununique. I wouldn't say they're annoying. I just find it unattractive. It's just like that's.
So the second part of her question is it annoying or unappealing? So to you, it is unappealing.
Yeah, unappealing. Yeah, so it's like it doesn't make you more attractive to me. But I don't know. Some people might find it attractive, but it's just like if you're going to go with a basic bitch tattoo.
Damn, you're just gonna just call them rude.
it is. Jesus
Is it?
Christ.
I don't think that's in the starter pack. I think Ugg boots,
It's not a
beige
starter pack,
tones,
but
and pumpkin spice lattes. Yeah.
I wouldn't say
It's a
starter
basic
pack.
alt bitch.
Oh, it's
Oh, look, it's not.
Damn. Can we not refer to girls as that? I mean, I'd appreciate it. You know.
You're right. Not all basic
whatever.
bitch have it, so it's not in the starter pack.
Stop saying. Stop. Stop saying the B word.
Oh, so
It's
saying
just too
shit
much.
and fuck is fine.
Yes.
But
Well,
we
when
can't
you're-
call
when
the
you're
girl.
calling
The only
someone.
You're
So-
calling. There are probably listeners somewhere out there
That are
who's like,
bitches.
who has like a tramp stamp and is like, oh, this is nice. Oh wow, they just keep calling me a bitch. Like, rude much.
Oh, so you're saying the only B word you can call a girl is beautiful because bitches love you called beautiful, huh?
It could also be called bootylicious, bodacious.
Beyonce.
I'm not. Look,
Every girl
look,
wants to be Beyonce.
Look, I'm not saying.
Maybe.
Many girls want to be Beyonce.
Probably.
I'm not saying all girls are bitches. It's just some girls or some bitches are girls.
Remember how Walt wanted to like label people with tattoos?
I'm seeing a trend here. You're right. Thank you, Julian.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're here.
And again, you're right. It's not in the starter pack. It's probably one of those paid DLCs that you have to get.
So it's not a complete girl yet. This is what you're telling me until she gets a tramp stamp.
No,
Which
it's
is
not
going down
complete.
that-
It's like an additional add-on you could get, but
So it's not
that's what you
basic.
are.
It's not basic.
All right, it's not.
Intermediate.
Yeah, if you're paying for something,
Juliet,
it's no
what
longer
do you
basic.
think about trans stamps?
Unless your tattoo is one of the members of the Shuffle Alliance's symbols
Shuffle
on the
Weeboo.
back of your hand, you have a gay tattoo.
Damn. What? What is the Shuffle Alliance?
From G Gundam,
Oh.
the King of Hearts.
Okay.
Yeah, this hand of mine. Unless it's one of those, fuck out of my face. I hate tattoos.
All right. So for all of
I
our
like
listeners,
stock and clean.
go ahead and I don't know.
I've never
you
seen
want to
anyone
express
with
your
those
hate-
I'm
tattoos
just saying,
either.
there's so much aggro you guys are gonna get. That's so.
I'm a
If
tank.
you want
That's
to
what I
say
do.
Call
you're,
people gay tattoos, call people bitches. I'm just saying that it's not appealing to me.
It's
Like-
not appealing at all. I hate tattoos
Oh.
so much.
Okay.
So very much.
I mean, you did know that if I met my goal for what I wanted for my body, that I planned on getting a tattoo.
Yeah, I know,
right?
and I think it's stupid. And you're free to be what I think is stupid.
I mean, I think the lion heart symbol is a pretty fucking cool symbol.
Lionheart?
Yeah.
From Final Fantasy
Oh,
Squall's-
I was
Squall's
I was
Lionheart.
thinking of
Fairy Tail.
Lion-O
Oh.
from Thundercats.
I mean, if I ever wanted to run out in public with my shirt off yelling Thundercats, Thundercats,
and then you'd grow.
you grow. You know, like, I think that people would appreciate that at least.
Yeah, very novelty. I think tattoos are a novelty. I just don't like them.
All right. So let's.
I
move
think
on
it
to-
could be done well, but I mean, like long run, it's
My mom has
doesn't
a
seem
tramp
worth
stamp.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it of?
I'm not sure.
Is it a butterfly?
No.
All right.
Maybe a dolphin. I'm not
Dolphin?
sure.
Oh,
I'm not-
dolphins are
She
popular.
has a dolphin like on her foot. I don't know.
I just know that nautical themes are pretty popular for girls. I've seen a lot of
Anchors.
anchors, yeah, and octopuses.
I've never seen an octopus on a girl.
Well, it's a thing.
I'm sure
Look
is.
it up.
No,
All right.
I'm gonna get different stuff out of octopus on girls.
Octopuses. Very. Don't look at that up, guys. Don't put that in Google. I take it back.
Turn on your safe search.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next question here. Taboo, the game, only for adults? Hi, I was just wondering if the game Taboo only for adults or is only for. Wait, no, I gotta say it. Sometimes when people write in on these questions, the grammar isn't too great, so I'll stay true to the literature, right? Hi, I was just wondering, is the game Taboo only for adults, or can kids like 13 or around that age play it too? Thanks, L3Y3. What is that? What's L3Y3? Lay? I'm looking to you guys for help. Like,
I'm trying to write it in my head, but it's nothing's
Like-
coming up.
L3Y3.
Is the L and Y capital or what?
Nah, they're both lowercase.
Lowercase?
I don't think it's a face.
Is
So
it
that's-
by?
that's-
What?
By?
Oh. It's a
B-Y-E.
really
Yeah.
it's a really convoluted
Yeah,
way to write the word by.
You're adding one extra little symbol to write out by. You're wasting time.
Yeah. All right.
But it's
so
cute.
so is Taboo, for those of you who don't know, not sponsoring this podcast, but Taboo is
Yeah,
a
we're
game.
not sponsored by Warren Parker. I think that's who they made it.
Hey, Warren Parker, listen out for this though. Anyways, Taboo is a game in which
Yeah, if you want to sponsor
two-
us calling people basic bitches, just give us a call.
two partners have a well, one person is guessing, the other person is trying to get the person to guess a word that's on the card, but there are 5 taboo words to say. So if the word was Beauty and the Beast or something like that, but you couldn't say bell, teapot, gold dress, Disney, or furry, you could say any other thing to try to get someone to say the words Beauty and the Beast. And you have a certain amount of time. You try to get people to say as many as they can before time runs out. Is this game only for adults?
I don't know. Like, I felt like I only ever seen adult play it. I never played it as a kid. I never seen any other kids say, "Hey, let's play Taboo." I mean, are there like adult themes like?
I don't really think I ran into anything that was adult themed inside that game. I don't see why this would honestly like make someone question it. What do you think, Julian?
I think it's the word taboo they're thinking of.
Yeah.
In that long ass explanation of what the game was, I went on to Google. I looked at the box for Taboo, and it said 13 plus. So
There,
So there you go.
Again,
science, ladies
I
and
felt like a
gentlemen.
lot of the Yahoo question can't be answered if you should go on Google.
Google, yeah.
If they were smart enough, but no, they rely on us to answer it for them.
Is Google for adults? No, I'm kidding.
Depending if your safety
Yahoo
safe
answers
search is
certain
off.
I mean, this person obviously, she said many of the words and phrases in Taboo might be difficult for some 13-year-olds, is her argument. I don't think so.
If it's 13 and plus, I don't think it'd get too hardcore.
Yeah.
There might be an adult version for Taboo.
Oh, my bad. It says 12 years and up, 4 or more players.
Ah.
There's also a kids Taboo.
I also think that if a child who's 12 years old is trying to use the game Taboo to have some fun, and it gives them a little brain teaser to figure out how to do it, they're just going to grow from it anyway. So, no, Taboo is not only for adults, even though adults really do love this game.
Okay.
Sure.
I feel like you've made a very general assumption there, but
Yep.
I do not have,
Have you
facts
played
to
Taboo?
dispute it. I've never heard of Taboo.
All right, we're
If
going
you
to play
think
it.
about it, it's 2016. I think kids have like tablets and other things to keep them busy. Board games are really for
Are
adults
you
now.
kidding me?
Our tablets
Do you
for
not
adults?
remember when Scrabble with Friends was super popular?
Dude, I love
Yeah,
Scrabble.
but you play
That's a board game.
you play on your phone. When was the last time you seen a group of kids pull out Scrabble,
Okay.
the board
Well,
game?
how is that any different?
It's different because you can like they pull out the phone. There's a legitimate board.
And that
Physical.
changes the age requirements how?
It
Well,
doesn't.
I guess the 3 and up choking hazard is gone.
It doesn't
Ooh.
change the age
Ooh, my
requirement,
bad.
but
You're right, Wah. I'm sorry. This definitely makes
We're-
it a no game.
we're
only.
talking-
Wow,
about-
take that victory. Just be like, boom, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, take them while you can get them.
All right, let's move on. Next question.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
Choking on paper.
Coolest anime eyes? I am trying to draw a boy, but I need some cool anime eyes. Thanks, and God bless you. Happy face.
Oh.
So, which guy in anime that you can think of has the coolest eyes?
Oh my god, this is a
Yami
really tough
Yuki
one.
eyes aren't that bad, I guess.
Yami Yuki's
pretty,
eyes?
it's
Oh.
pretty wide, but it's also like detailed, I guess.
They almost look like Tweety Bird's eyes. Oh, Yami, not regular Yuki.
No,
I felt like regular Yuki's eyes look like Tweety Bird's eyes.
Oh my god, this is a really hard one for me to answer actually. Thinking about it.
Uh-huh.
Because I know what anime I love,
Uh-huh.
but
But did you like their eyes?
they're okay. I didn't hate them. You know?
So,
like when they would use their spiral power and like they were spirally eyes, that was pretty rad, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Mm.
And then Dragon Ball Z eyes are just very generic. I'm not.
I
gonna
think
go
everyone has the same eyes almost in Dragon Ball Z.
there. They do. It's some are more sharper than others. And then Krillin.
how do you
kinda-
feel about the Renegon or the Sharingans?
Yeah, what about those eyes?
All right.
What about the Chaos eyes? Since-
I don't really remember. Are we
Geos
are we
eyes
just
are-
talking
feel
about
kinda-
the pupil and the
Yeah, like how
just the
art
inside,
style-
not like the entire eye?
I don't know. I mean, it's how you want to. It's how you want to interpret.
I would
it
assume
because-
it's the pupil and the shape of the eye.
Okay, if it's just the pupil, I'll go with Gurren Lagann spiral eyes. Those are really cool.
there's a whole studio that does really great eyes for their budget. It's the people who do like Chuninbyo and
Oh, I'm not a fan of those eyes actually.
Oh,
really? I do.
The one where like it's super shiny and reflective.
Yeah, I really like those ones, but it's not my favorite. But I think they do a good job with eyes. It like
It's-
really captures your attention. They almost use the eyes to distinguish characters from another, I would say.
Oh, just like Active Raid.
I was gonna go into that.
I was thinking that too.
But yeah, Julian, what's your favorite eyes?
Yeah, spiral power eyes.
Spiral
from
Power eyes.
Tengen Toppa
Okay.
Gurren Lagann.
I'm gonna go with Brock from Pokemon.
Those aren't pupils, but okay.
I mean, that's his eye though.
Those
But
are
you
eyelids.
just said that I picked my answer because you said pupils. You can't be doing it like that because then my answer isn't right because it's not.
There is an episode when Brock like really opens his eyes wide, and it looked terrible. So I like Brock's regular eyes.
Were they hollow? Were they like
No,
void?
he wasn't looking into the void. It was like he had like white and a little
Oh.
black dot.
Actually, something I just read, which technically has an anime adaptation, although it's not identical to the manga art style. Jitsu wa watashi wa. I really like the character's eyes in that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Do you know the English translation name? I'm basic. I guess I'm a bitch too. So.
Actually, I am.
Actually, I am. Okay, I haven't seen that one. But what's it like?
The eyes?
Yeah.
Or the show?
The eyes.
The eyes? I don't know. They're just nice.
They're good eyes.
Yeah, you know, they just appeal to me. We have a natural affinity for each other.
What about if you compared them to Rick and Morty eyes? Like, how much better are they?
A lot.
A lot better than
A
Rick.
lot more detail, I'll tell you that.
All right.
ink or Rick and Morty eyes, or they basically like ink blots. Like,
Yeah, little ink blotches.
Rick and Morty has like water balloons that you like put rocks in, and then you drained all the water out, and it's just like a bag of rocks, or
Ow.
like skin tight rocks.
Gross. All right.
Gross.
I think so. That's a gross description of eyes.
Rocks.
Your eyes are like a water balloon that got drained and a little
hey,
rock
use that for
in
your
the
next
middle.
pickup line.
Yeah,
See
there
how
you
it
go.
works.
Yeah. Tell us how it works, guys. All right. So next question
You try it.
is
I heard
anime.
Basic Big Love being insulted.
Next question, guys, is anime always based off of manga? Can anime exist on its own without a manga establishing its base?
My favorite anime actually does have no manga. A manga did not precede it.
Which one is that?
Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They have had manga since then, though,
Oh yeah.
but it's not based off of one.
Yeah, it's not based off one.
Nice.
I think all of Gainax's work is anime only.
Huh.
I'd wager to say that the manga first ones normally are shitty.
Wow. Is it because it's always getting compared like books are?
There's that, and the fact that if you look at what the last two we just watched, they came from manga. And when you don't do shonen style, where like you keep continuing it,
Uh-huh.
people fuck it up, man.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
if you
well,
look at
that's-
Gantz, they just wrote their own ending. Eureka 7, they just wrote their own ending.
Full Metal Alchemist even, right?
They just wrote their own ending.
Yeah, same way. Big Order was the same way. They wrote their own ending. Apparently, the ending in the manga is a lot different than the anime.
Is it better?
I didn't even bother to check it.
I
but
think
Taboo
the
Tattoo
anime
is still ongoing, so we'll have to see how that ends.
Oh my god, it's still ongoing? Oh,
Yeah,
I wish that it just went on for more.
no, 12 volumes ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, just to throw a little history about our podcast, since we're 3 episodes in, Active Raid was also written before a manga, so yeah.
Well, no, I think the manga were written around the same time that the anime started, so technically it was
But
original.
it's not based off the manga.
I heard it's not based off of, but I couldn't find a translation to actually read it.
Let's see.
Or I
Well,
didn't even bother to research it that
yeah,
much.
let's say it's not even worth that. So, all right, moving on to the next question, and it is our last question of the show.
Okay.
The question title was some ancient Japan-based anime. Is there any good anime based on ancient Japanese culture, like rice farms and old-style food, old adventure, and especially history?
Inuyasha!
Kagome?
Sit boy!
Oh, damn you, Kagome!
Sit boy, sit boy, sit boy!
Getsuga Tensha!
Are we doing a re-dramatization of Inuyasha? The first episode?
Second, third, fourth, and 70th?
I'm sorry, I meant Windscar!
Do you guys have any others?
Sessamaharu is a word that I could never really say.
Huh?
What's
I'm not-
Inuyasha's brother's name?
Sesshomaru?
So, sure.
Se Sho Maru.
And that's the weeb name of the day. Yeah, I mean, mine, I guess if I had to go for something of that nature, I'd say Samurai Champloo.
Yeah, I was actually gonna think of Rurouni Kenshin.
That too.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not really focused on,
the I
the
don't think
culture.
you think there's one focused on food,
There's Food Wars. That's
But
current.
fighting food on.
No.
I mean, they looked old.
Archaic animation is different from feudal Japan.
The time periods. Right, so we got Inuyasha. I gave out Samurai Champloo. What do you got, Wa?
It's hard to say this one counts or not, but the new one this season is Drifter, because
Is that on a historical period?
It's
technically,
very
yeah. So
historical.
what happened is they take historical people throughout the ages
Mm-hmm.
and they transfer them to this new world, and they basically have to fight each other.
Oh, they
Like
go
you-
to New World? I thought they were all in like feudal Japan.
No, it's no, because you have Nobunaga. He's just basically he got brought into this world, and then there's a few other Japanese feudal people from feudal Japan, and then they're like, "Hey, you're supposed to be dead." They're like, "He's like, nah, I'm here now," and like they kind of use their tactic from their history to take over these villages and stuff like that. And like right now, they're in a part where I guess Nobunaga is creating black powder through all the dead people he collected, and getting sulfur and everything to create black powder, because everyone was just like, because we have you have Butch Cassidy
Getting
and
hella
Billy
detailed
and,
into this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fine with this because we're probably never gonna watch Drifters because it's a good anime.
No, it is a good anime. I'm sorry,
It's-
I
it's
actually want to
just-
talk
yeah.
about, but
It's one of the top 3 of this season, along
I-
with
I-
Yuri on Ice and Kaijo. From
I've been
Crunchyroll
reading-
standards at least.
Keijo.
Yeah.
Keijo.
Yeah.
Is that the
I'm
word of the
really debating if I want to start Keijo, because Keijo look actually pretty interesting.
I
I'm
think
watching
the main
Keijo.
character from Keijo looks alright.
Yeah, I'm watching Keijo, and I'm not taking it seriously, of course, because it's not a
Yeah.
serious anime. But
I think
it's
that's what
been
makes
fun.
it great.
Yeah, it's been fun. All right, so Drifters, Inuyasha.
Well, if we're looking for like culture, anything that involves feudal Japan is normally fighting. You know,
Yeah, I mean, like that's what most people
And
romanticize
this,
about
I think
feudal
this
Japan.
person wants not fighting. He wants the other stuff like food. And
I
culture
know,
and
I know. There's one exists where like they kind of talk about the culture and history of Japan, but I don't think I ever saw it, or I don't remember the
The
name.
Talia.
Japanese Pee Wee and Mr. Herman. Wait,
What about Nyanko Sensei? Does it ever talk about
I don't know what the hell that
history?
is.
I don't know either.
That's not familiar, but
You made a mistake bringing this up with me.
Yeah, my bad. All right. So, I mean, we tried, guys. You can give those anime a look out, Mr. Guy from Yahoo Answers. But that brings us towards the end of our podcast. The last segment we have before signing off is an anime that you could watch besides Taboo
You
Tattoo.
mean the part where we plug our podcast email
Oh,
because we never
dang.
listed it?
That's towards
For
the,
the-
that's
for
the
the,
end.
I feel like we should do that, sometime around when we get to
I
this.
did realize
Well,
for
yeah, but I like to do
for
that
the
afterwards.
eyes question, I really like Helsing and Drifter eyes because they're really like they're detailed and menacing. So those are really cool. I wanted to throw that in before we ended.
Cool. Oh, well, we're not ending yet. What's an anime that you guys would watch it in the style of Drifters, but not Drifters?
Drifters?
I mean, not Drifters. I wish I watched Drifters.
Gotcha.
Of Taboo Tattoo. That's what I meant to say.
I got the feeling for Taboo Tattoo. I found like it was a lesser version of Darker Than Black. It was somewhat similar. You have supernatural or people with special powers, but they have certain conditions to activate their powers. Like one guy, in order to teleport, he need to line up these rocks in a specific order, and then a guy, he eat flowers, he make things explode. So it's kind of something like
I got a
that.
good one.
They have similar they have like contract in order to activate their powers.
I'll give one that sounds like a better fit than the one I'm about to give, and I'm just gonna throw out Irregular at Magic High School or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
Because that one, main character was a part of the secret government thing, like an agent in it, and there were magic powers. And even though everyone's learning spells, which I assume multiple people can learn the same spell, every student kind of had like their own specialty when it came to certain spells. So
Also,
And they
I guess your protagonist was like super overpowered or something, right?
crazy overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that got me with that one was I think when your anime is on episode 20 and your episode title is High School Tournament Part 19,
Yeah.
it kind of like
That's all
what?
I want is just high school tournaments. The
Yeah, it's like it's
Haikyuu's in one right now. That's all I want.
it's,
More
it's
high
just
school
like
tournament.
port episode 2 to 19 or episode 2 to 20. It's just this one long arc. It's just like I don't know what to say about that. I'm just like, do I want this or do I not want this?
Yeah. All right, Julian, you said you had a good one.
Yeah, I think you guys might know this one. It's called Naruto.
Oh God, how are you gonna watch all of Naruto before you finish Taboo Tattoo?
You're gonna do your best.
You just got a marathon.
Think about it.
24/7.
To trigger their tattoos, they need to do hand signs. The main character has his sealed tattoo beast. You know,
That is
His
he
source
does
that-
become
the
source-
bad guys want his source.
Yeah.
He's a part of the key, you know.
Okay.
Oh,
and
the
the nine-tailed is like kaiju giant. Like he's that
He can
big.
turn
The-
into
the
a,
main-
there was
the
a
main
kaiju battle,
villain?
in fact.
The main villain wanted to create the world in his image.
True. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god. You are
So this guy tried to take Naruto and condense it.
wow, what a biter.
Yeah, God. All right.
See, I
So
told you this was a good one.
you can watch all of Naruto. Are you including fillers?
Of course.
Okay, fillers included
I would
before
love to
you
see
watch.
Naruto fart on a beetle again.
I skipped that filler. What was that? Don't tell me. Go watch it yourselves, guys. But yeah. All right. We're at the end of the podcast now.
I'd rather
You can,
kill Wall and watch that episode again.
We'll look it up. If you guys want to reach out to us, we do have.
If you want to send us your tattoo, we'll judge them for you at
please don't. I'll make sure Wall opens every single one of those ones.
If you want someone to say your tattoo is ugly, please send them
To Wall at Hwasum on Twitter.
Hi. Someone took Wasum.
Oh no!
It's some Vietnamese girl in Vietnam. So take that. Trust me, I tried to get it.
All right. Well, you can email us at daijoucrew
Right? I was really surprised that someone took it.
at daijoucrew@gmail.com. And well, why don't you spell that out for us?
That is DAIJOUCREW@gmail.com.
You can email us questions, responses, ask us anything, tell us anything. We're open to criticisms.
Just don't tell us to kill ourselves. That's really depressing.
KYS.
The
Keep
other
yourself safe.
Thanks, Julian. The other thing we do is have a Twitter open. We haven't posted anything yet. That's at Daijou Crew.
When this episode gets out, we will have posted something. I'll tell you that.
Hopefully, we'll get there
Once
eventually.
episode 3 is out, we better have had like, hey, come check out our episode 1 and 2 posts, you know?
Yeah. And so you can reach us at Twitter as well. For us to spread this podcast, so that we can have a larger community with you guys, please rate us on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you're downloading this podcast from. Ratings help tremendously in getting iTunes or these other places to put them in the new and not improved, but like new podcasts so that other people can join in on this. That's the best way you can show us some love if you're enjoying our show.
Oh, please.
And comments, let us know what's going on there. For this week's episode, I think if you could comment, what should they comment to us about?
About last week's episode about how someone went on a anti-someone.
Okay, whatever. No, let's skip that. Go ahead and comment who you think has the best anime eyes, or a tattoo that you think is nice. I don't know. Yeah, just comment something to show that you jumped on episode 3, and we'll say a few of your guys' names on the podcast next episode.
Well, wasn't that lovely? Thanks for sticking around for our third episode. I'm the producer, Jelly Sound. When I got handed the podcast called Taboo Tattoo, I thought it was going to be about those foreign language tattoos that white people are always getting. Boy, was I wrong. If you want to talk to the Daijou crew, you should like their Facebook page at facebook.com/Daijou crew. You can also email daijoukrew@gmail.com, and you can follow at Daijou crew on Twitter. You're probably wondering, how do I spell Daijou? It's Daijou, and crew is spelled exactly like you think, Crew. Make sure to share those